Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World Iceborne livestream. Today we're going to be working on a special new format of livestream where I do a top 10 tips for fighting a new monster, except I'm not doing it in a short video like normal. We're just going to do it right here in the livestream. So what I've got going on is I've got a pretty simple text overlay. Oop, not that one. This one. Top 10 tips for Master Rank Kulve, Mr. Kulve. So you can see we're just started. Actually, I'll fill out the first one because I already know one of the things we're going to be talking about are hit zone values. Favor raw and aim for the horns first, then head and arms and chest. Alright, so that's tip number one. Hit zone values, favor raw, and then you aim for her horns. After the horns break, you'll want the head, the arms, and the chest. For the bowguns, if you're using shot damage like pierce and spread, you're always gonna aim for her chest. Okay, so they're a little special. Of course, if you're using sticky ammo, you can aim for her head the whole time and cause multiple KOs. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another live stream. We're on the PlayStation today. We're gonna have a 3-hour stream, I think, and then we'll probably jump over and open up some cards afterwards. All right. Oh man, look at this login bonus. Rigid Dracolite. Oh, that's so nice. What else we get? Blossom tickets. Full bloom tickets, Snowman's. Oh, that's a lot of stuff they gave away. I didn't notice that last time. Quicksin, Whirlpool, Geralt. How's it going, guys? Komodova says, can non-elemental boost activate if you have Dragon Blight? Yes. Dragon Blight affects your ability to deal secondary damage. Oh, hold on. I misunderstood your question. No, I don't think so. So Komodova is thinking, if Dragon Blight's blocking your, let's say, like your fire damage, then he's saying, does your weapon count as elementless, and will the elementless decoration kick in? I really don't think that's how it would work, and even if it did, it still doesn't seem like it would be worth it to me unless you were expecting to stay Dragon Blighted the whole time. Dust Blacko says, I have some tips and Iceborne news. Is pretty helpful. Gives health tips, etc. Oh, I'm also noticing with this that you guys can't read the whole note. Hold on. I think I can adjust this. Give me a moment. There we go. Alright, so it's a little bit smaller, but it's easier to read. So tip number one is about the hit zone values. Again, they favor raw. In the past, it was all about thunder damage and then ice damage. And in fact, thunder damage and ice damage are still useful. So if you're using like the bow, if you're using the dual blades, you'll probably still pay attention to using the correct thunder when she has a mantle, and then ice when she doesn't have a mantle. However, raw damage hit zones are so good now that most weapons can just run raw and not really worry about anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, and we will continue to add to that list as we play. For now, we'll hide it. And, oops, wrong one. By the end of the live stream, we should have a really nice list going. Okay, wound parts before wallbang. The chest will break off from first wallbang, the arms will break from the second, 4 broken parts in the first minute of the fight. Nice. Let's go ahead and get started. So, probably, let's talk about putting a build together. I think I have a good defensive build going. Yeah, Crit Eye, Divine Blessing, Health Boost, Recovery Speed, Crit Boost. So this is my Health to Regen build, and is on a Greatsword. We can probably drop this Steadfast. She doesn't KO very quickly, so we're going to drop the Steadfast. What else can we drop? So you got the 3 levels of Heroics in order to give ourselves more defense when we, or if we get low on health. Probably Fire Resist. You can get like a hard Fire Resist decoration. Where are we? You'd think it would have been at the start here. Here it is, Fire Resistance. We only got 2 levels of it though. That might be enough actually. So we'll run the Fire Resist, why not? What do we have? Flight Attack. Oh, we got that for the Glider Mantle so that we can mount her. Actually, we could trade one of these out. Agitator. Where's Attack actually in this list? Water Attack. Where's Regular Attack? Oh my god. I'm probably missing it. I hate this list. This list is so dumb, dude. They could have just put it in alphabetical order and I would have found it already. So here's Water Attack, Sleep Attack, Plugs, Attack Boost. So dumb, dude. Stamina Surge, Evade Extender, Guard, Offensive Guard, Wide Range, Speed Eating, Bombardier. We're just looking at other options. Slinger capacity, that was pretty good. Oh, right. So here's a tip we're going to add. You ready? We're going to add this tip. So let's turn the list back on. So tip number 1 is all about his zones. Tip number 2 is going to be bring 1 level. Oops. Bring 1 level of Slinger capacity for double wall splat. There we go. Double wall splat. So that's a useful one in my opinion. All right, we hit that again. We're gonna go ahead and drop a level of. I say we drop the fire resistance actually, and then let's go ahead and look up the Slinger capacity. Where's Slinger capacity hiding at? That's a skill I don't put on many builds, but this one's especially useful. Release, expert, physique, evasion. Well, I guess we'll put it on evade window. Evade window is always nice. All right, so we've tweaked our build a little bit. Our fire resistance is at 10, so we could eat for the veggie meal if we wanted to have over 20 fire resist, which I think would pair better with this particular setup. All right, and let's go ahead and post a quest. We're gonna go ahead and post the Kulve quest. Get it loading. What am I doing? Oh, it's different. Weird, it's different on the PlayStation. Probably because the PlayStation has those exclusive event quests. My eyes were used to seeing it a certain way. Let's go ahead and check our garden.
Have a look around.
And it is full. What do we got? Honey? Alright, time to go get some chicken nuggies, right? Some golden nuggies. Here's a good tip. You do not need to break any parts. Kulve has DPS checks instead. Well, you'll notice Dest Blackout that I didn't actually add the tip about breaking her chest to the list, and that's because I knew that. Fans pointed that out, I think, twice now. So in the first stage, your goal isn't to necessarily break her chest. In my opinion, your goal should be to break the plating off of the horns for the extra carve. So break the horns for the extra carve. This also gives you a free knockdown. That's not related to like crowd control, such as paralysis, KO, sleep. So this gives you a knockdown, which lets the team really gang up on the horns and get the break early in stage 2. I'm sorry, did I say that right? Yeah, stage 2. Alright, so we're going to have the veggie platter. And that's going to give us protection from fire blight. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Dust Blackout. Like, you could go after the chest. You don't really have to, though. Let's turn on some different music now. We're going to get some different music. Let's see, what do we got? We got... I'm going to do this one. This is good background music. I'm going to turn it down too. Okay, so Melanie says, I thought someone said 70% damage will cause her to shed her mantle. She always has shed her mantle in the first part of the big fight. First part of the fight. Yeah. So that is what I was told multiple times. We're going to go ahead and update this. Okay, there we go. Stage 1, she leaves at 70% health, part breaks irrelevant, go for horn plating break. That's my opinion. You should, I think you definitely should. So let's go ahead and close that. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and get started. What do I think about... Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your comment. What do I think about combining Guts from Kulve with Divine Blessing Secret? You certainly could. It would be another layer of defense, I guess, in that way. I think it's cool being able to build Guts from a weapon and one piece of armor. Have I seen the Namiel Gamma legs? No, I'm avoiding any spoilers. I used to do... I don't know if you guys remember this, but I used to reveal early leaked information about armor sets, and then I got a real copyright strike from Capcom. It's different from a copyright claim. Copyright claim is when they want to monetize your content for themselves. A copyright strike will actually shut your whole YouTube channel down if you get 3 of those. So they copyright struck me, and I got the message, and I don't mess with that anymore. Oh, I got thrown off. That's so unfair. No problem. She's mad. Oh, she's super mad. So our goal right now is to break the horns. I think that mounting in stage 1 can be legit too, actually, you know? And the reason for that is because if you mount in stage 1, you get the knockdown on her horns. You get a knockdown for the whole team and everyone can focus on the horns. But they're going to get a KO in a second here. Oh no, is she going to be hidden when she goes down? There goes my temporal mantle. What's she gonna do next? She still hits me. You could bring Moxie Guts or 1520 Fire Resist. That could be a test. What? It's very hard to reach her horns, actually. So you're either going to want to Clutch Claw to reach her horns or mount her. One or the other. Alright, here we are. We do have access to the horns now thanks to the guy using the sticky ammo. The whole team should gang up on the horns right now. Very important. Peter says, is the lobby open? Yep, my lobbies are almost always open, and there's room for 2 more. Actually, it looked like a guy was level 14, and we're not going to allow him in. Nothing against him personally, but this is a Kulve lobby, so he has to be a high enough level to actually fight Kulve. Nice, 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 nice. Good job, everyone. Alright, so level 1 gold plating break on the horns is so good. You would never want to miss it. And it gives you an extra carve anyways. And now you can see we're doing really crazy damage to the horns. And this is because the horns have really good hit zone values. Please let me land this. Nice. Ouch. Is she gonna roar? Yeah. So she shed and she roared. And she does that at 70% health. Let's go ahead and carve the horns. Hey mister, we gotta sniff tracks. Oh wait, that's right. We're sniffing Mr. Kulve's COVID toes. What's the best weapon to use when fighting Kulve Taroth? The best weapon? Whichever weapon you want to use. Everyone's always concerned about the meta and the best weapon and all that stuff. You should be using your favorite weapon, even if it's the lance. Still beating up on lance players. Wow, I can't believe that hit me. I swear to God, the beam is wider now, guys. It definitely feels that way anyways. Feels like a lot of her moves might have been tweaked to have more range. Alright. Good job on that. I was thinking about the same thing. God damn it, we grabbed the arms rather than the head. So we're going to go for the horn break because you want the extra carved from the horns too. Oh, god damn it. I was trying to do an aerial like this. There we go. See what I did there? I rolled and then tackled. That's a great sword tip that I learned from people who are actually really good at the great sword. What they'll do is rather than... Let's get out of this. Rather than trying to roll through the attack, they'll roll early and tackle through the move so they can immediately begin to punish it. Damn. When she does her tail whip, that's a really good time to grab onto her face with the clutch claw. She's going, she's coming down. I think we poisoned her. There, the part break on the horns are very good. She's all upset. She's like, hey, you can't do that to me. Alright, and now we get to carve the horns ahead of time. That's nice. Look at that. One fell in the lava and one didn't. It's so weird seeing them split up from each other. Would you recommend gathering throwing knives from the Gajalaka to start to make sleep and paralysis knives? You certainly could. Yeah, you certainly could. In fact, putting her to sleep in the last stage is still really useful like it used to be. And that's because when she goes to sleep, you can do a big explosion on her, and then someone can grab her and throw her into a wall. Defense boost secret. If they add defense boost secret, you guys know we're going to make like 14 defense boost secret builds, right? We're going to start softening the legs up ahead of time. So we talk a little bit about hit zones. Her forelegs are very good hit zones. And they're safer than the head, in my opinion. Oh, that's a pity. I thought she was going to hit the wall on the left there. She didn't. Our cats are playing with each other. Alright, she's enraged. We're going to go ahead and pick up these pods. Oh, we have no life powder. I really got to get that together on my PC account and PlayStation account. Life powder recommended. There's the mount. Very good. I saw the fastest way to get TC out of is roll. It's roll, tackle, side blow, single burst, slinger burst, TCS. We're going to go ahead and soften the tail. The tail is good for sever weapons to a degree. It's also good for like Pierce and Elemental. So if you can soften the tail for somebody using Pierce or Elemental on your team, I recommend doing that. Especially if you have a weapon like the longsword. So this guy's doing good. He's softening the arms. Now technically we could go for the head too, okay? But the arms are softened, so we're going to go for the arms. $753. Wow, 1500. Nice. And you know, this isn't even a full damage build. This is a mixed defense-offense build. I wasn't sure if she was going to hit us there. I'm just going to go for this. Ah, we didn't land it. Being able to dodge through her moves is a really nice thing to learn to do. If you've played her a lot, you'll probably be able to do it. She's in the drooling animation. We might be able to get our TCS out here. Nice. There's 1,400. Just using her new move. That's the jump. Poor Geralt. Run, Geralt. You'll never make it. That's us. So Kulve Taroth leaves if you're not fast enough. It's one of the basic pieces of information that everyone should know about. She leaves if you're not fast enough. And one of the things that makes you too slow is if you die too much. So the trick is to stay alive, but also to have plenty of damage on your build. So you need a little bit of both. Come on, step into it. Ah, too bad. With this move, you look up at the ceiling, and it will tell you where to be. So we need to be over here. And you look back down, because she attacks pretty fast right afterwards. And she's dead. Nice job, guys. She was very close. So really not too difficult of a fight if you have teammates who know what they're doing. I think that the sticky ammo in stage 1 is a big improvement to the team composition. Somebody, if not everyone, should just run sticky because it's so powerful for breaking the horns. Yash says, got any recommendations for Kulve weapons to keep and upgrade for master rank? No, not yet. Can we get rarity 6 weapons on the Elder Melder or only rarity 7 or rarity 8s? What? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure you might be able to get the 7s and 8s. Your audio is repeating itself. Audio is repeating itself. What is he talking about? Are you talking about the music? The music's on replay, yes, but my audio should not be replaying. Alright, here, let's take a look at the session ID. So I get breakdancing. Carol's breakdancing. TGC, try to use Mr. Kulve Taroth weapon next. How's the solo ability? Drew, soloing Master Rank Kulve Taroth is going to be challenging for a lot of players, and it will continue to be that way. You have to play very carefully, no feigning, no carding, right? So stage 1, she leaves at 70% health. We're also going to say stage 1. We're going to say this. Always go for wall splats. You can get 2 of them. I feel like this should be part of tip 2. All right, so we're at 3 tips so far. Let's see if we can join one. All right, so he shouldn't be here doing that because you're taking up a spot from... Oh, I thought the game was going to freeze. What the heck? So Dante, you should come back when you're into the master rank, but you can't be in our session right now because you're taking up a spot for somebody who would probably like to play Kulve. All right, so there's another spot open. Yeah, this is a Kulve lobby. Here we go. I personally find that I do better in a solo run when I stay right on top of her the whole fight. Well, you have to, because your damage has to be that high. So when you're in a solo run, you have to deal constant high damage to her. Is it just me, or are we having like freeze frames like every second right now? That was a little crazy. We just picked up feline insurance. Feline insurance and feline safeguard are both pretty general tips. They're not specific to master rank Kulve. They're really good. Be sure to be bringing insurance and feline safeguard so that your team has a total of 5 lives. Really useful, especially if you're new. If you're afraid you're going to be dying throughout the fight, it's really useful to have that. Let's see what I can actually make here, because we're going to collect this real fast, but we are actually going to cultivate the other thing you need. Bloom grass. It's time for us to make life powders on our PlayStation account. I believe we need this and the god bug. So we're going to get ancient catalyst going for sure. Quick posted a quest. Quick, let's join them. There we go. So it looks like he's going to be using Pierce on his. We're going to keep using Great Sword because I don't honestly have a lot of builds on the PlayStation. There we go. And that's a good thing because it gives you guys an impression where even if you don't have like the best setup, you can still do fairly well. Yes says, when Kulve head is tender in stage 1, the wall splats are amazing. Is that a fact? Like, does she take more damage on wall splats with the tender head? Let's double check. We'll find out. So we need to do 2 tests. We need to run a test where she wall splats without a tenderized head, and then we need a second test where we wall splat her with the tenderized head. If tenderizing her head increases the amount of damage she takes to her horns, that would be a very nice tip to know about. It means that in general, you should always be tenderizing the horns before the 2 wall splats. What do I think about combining Guts and Divine Blessing Secret? It might be something that we do. I think you asked that question earlier. Alan says, have you tried upgrading any non-elemental Kulve weapons? I've upgraded a few Kulve weapons. They feel perfectly fine. Yeah. Kulve drops can be used at the Melder to craft random high-rank Kulve weapons. That's right. What system's your main account on? What are you talking about? I don't have a main account. We play on all the systems. Why do you have 4 slots in the Botanical Research Center? Great question. You unlock this in your optional quests as you play through the story mode for Iceborne. I recommend unlocking it right away. DBSDA says you should tenderize her arms too. I actually really don't want to do that. She has a 70% health threshold, and when you reach that, she leaves. And I don't want her to leave until the horns break. So we're going to get an impression of how much damage we're dealing. Oh, this is fine. This will work, right? Tell me that'll work. No, it won't. That's sad. Alright. That's too bad. So we picked up 2,100 damage from splatting her into the wall without tenderize. So we'll learn more about that in a minute. Let's get a nugget here. Old dragon treasure. That's not a gold nugget. You can see I avoided her tail by grabbing onto her head. We may be able to get a mount using the bugs in this room. Where are they? Huh. Okay. Yeah, there's a few bugs. Nice job. See, she doesn't take as much damage on the horns while they're still golden. We have to get out of this. Woo! Damage taken reduced. That Divine Blessing Secret really helping with tick damage. Alright, here we go. Do you think it will be faster to speedrun Master Rank Kulve and use her parts to craft QR weapons? Hold on, she's drooling. We still can't reach her. That's sad. Oh, there it goes. There's the horn break. Sticky ammo is OP in stage 1, guys. Take note. Man, that's 1,800 damage on the horns at the start. Nice, nice, nice. I got one more hit. She got me. Do you think it will be faster to speed... I already read that one. What was the first Monster Hunter you played? This one. Let's go ahead and carve the horns.
Excellent.
Kulve Taroth's gold. Golden shell? Very good. What's the background music? Can you guys actually hear the background music? Is it very loud? Dude, was she even... I rolled forward and she got me, man. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab... Where are they? Crystal Burst? She didn't hit the damn wall. Oh, and she roars. I assume you know this tip, but if you CC a monster with glider mantle, you can jump off and mount her. Yes, I knew. That's a general tip. Good job, good job. Good job. You know, it's nice to have teammates who know what they're doing. Tip number 1, have good teammates. Dude. Last swing didn't land. Just roll through that. Actually, we can soften the tail. So weapons like the Greatsword are really good for softening parts, and guys like Fatalis don't want to soften parts because in order to soften parts, he has to attack twice, which is kind of... Oh, I'm in trouble. Damn, you do not want to grab the arm when she uses that move. Heroics activated. God, she keeps landing her moves on me. Geralt, no! Ah. I'm surprised we haven't sent her into the next area. God, man. There she goes. All whiffs all day. He says, don't mount in Area 1, better to mount in Area 3. Well, you know, I think that in a degree, you're correct that it's nice to have a lot of crowd controls in Area 3, but I've found that it's so hard to get the horn break in Area 1 because if you don't get enough damage on the horn, she just moves on without getting the horn plating to break off. So I'm actually debating that one myself, whether I agree with that. Oh, I thought she would have hit the pole. Oh my god, I hate missing the wall splat so much. Oh, that's going to throw us off. Dude, she just used that 3 times in a row. Anywhere I could see your PC specs to get an idea of what to get. I don't even know what my PC specs are anymore, so... Yeah, I honestly, I don't care too much. So sad there is no long level 7. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Ouch. Good job, guys. Horn is broken. We're going to go ahead and keep the arms softened for the team, okay? The team should be aiming for the arms a lot. That's too bad. Wow, I can't believe we only had one flip left on Temporal Mantle. It's so weak. That's okay. TGC Mountain Area 1 makes her molten. Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to mounting in Area 1 is certainly a strategy that you shouldn't just dismiss right away. You would dismiss it in the past, but I feel like... I don't know. I feel like actually the last stage is not as difficult as it used to be when it comes to getting a horn break. See, I felt like in the past it was real difficult because in stage 3 you could only attack her in the horns. It's kind of in reverse this time around. So the way it works now is in stage 1 you can attack her all over her body, but you really only do want to attack her in the horns so that the gold plating breaks off. Oh, you want the gold plating to break off before she has a chance to leave to stage 2. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of almost in reverse, and using the mount in stage 1 gives everyone a chance to gang up on the horns. Of course, the easiest thing to do would just be to use sticky ammo in stage 1. If 2 people were to use sticky ammo even, that would just make it very easy. I was asking the song name because it sounds good. Oh, the name of the song, hold on, let me look it up. It's called Repeater Elephant. In fact, I want to change it real fast. Let's go with Quiet Water. Alright, let's check our tips real fast. Hit zone values favor raw. Tip number 2 is bring 1 level of slinger capacity for double wall splat. Always go for wall splats. You can get 2 of them. Tip number 3 is stage 1. She leaves at 70% health. Part breaks are irrelevant. Go for the horn plating break. I should say mantle part breaks. Hold on. Okay, so we updated it a little bit. Let's go ahead and hide that again. Sticky OP in stage 1, got it. Do you think he's the hardest monster in the game right now? Mr. Kulve is the most difficult Iceborne monster right now. That's correct. Technically, I think that the Behemoth fight would still be considered more difficult if you didn't know anything about Extreme Behemoth. So if you were playing Extreme Behemoth for the first time, he will wreck you. Alright. And don't get addicted to clawing her on the head. He just mentioned he got killed on the head. I do that all the time, man. It's because it's actually very fun to attack her on the head. That's why. It's just, you want to do it. No, I don't want to talk to you. Go away.
Have a look around.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and fertilize again. And this time we're going to go for Mega Fertilizer. Yeah. So we're going to get all the glum grass we need. James says, did you see the message with the horn plate HP? No. What was it, in Discord? Okay. Yeah, I didn't get one on Discord. Mount it in stage 1, it will go molten afterwards, and then go to town. You put what? Matlin? Oh, okay, hold on, let me fix that. You're right. Typo. There you go. Is that better? So let's get it queued for tip number 4. What do you guys want for tip number 4? Double wall splat and boulder drop. So in the second stage, it's really just about getting that boulder drop on top of the lava spout. Actually, I should mention that as well. Jump over here. Here we go. The horn plate has 10,000 HP. One tenderized wall splat deals around 1,500. Thanks, man. We're gonna grab the cool drink. Oh, we were supposed to grab the rocks. I'm dumb. That's not very smart, is it? I think I rolled early there, and the evade window kind of saved me. We got 4 of them. Alright, well that's one wall splat. Perfect. So some of her moves are very punishable, like this one. Did she drop any pods? Did she drop any pods? She did not. You cannot wall splat with Gajalaka knives, by the way. Get out of here. Nice job on the KO. If you know somebody's using sticky ammo on her horns, your job is to be in the right spot when she comes down. Typically, sticky ammo won't do quite as much damage as other weapons. Actually, sticky ammo is doing real well these days, so it's hard to say even that. Sticky ammo is ridiculous, especially with her better... She has pretty strong hit zones, I'd say, in this stage. Like, tough ones, it is a better word. There's the horn plating is broken. Looks like she needs her face softened. We're just going to go ahead and do that now rather than waiting. Come on. Got it. She's drooling. Oh my god. She's so mad. Is a good strategy still for no sleepable weapons to bring sleep or parashrooms to combine with... Yeah, I never do that. It just takes forever, actually. So you could do it if it works, but I never actually worry about it. Come on over, Kulve. You gotta be kidding me, man. There we go. I can never find these stupid things. They're so hard to see. Is that, yeah, that's gonna throw me off. I was hoping, I think if she's on the side enough, you can actually still have time to grab her in the head. Oh, the lava spout threw me. So I'm gonna drop the rock. I'm just gonna drop it. I'm not gonna wait. Oh! Oh, that's so sad! What happened? She stood up just in time to avoid the goddamn boulder drop. Alright, well, we're going to go for the second wall splat at least. It is tricky to do. You know, if somebody misses the boulder, I don't hold it against them because it is actually pretty tricky to get that boulder on her. I'm going to go ahead and soften the horns again for the teal. Ooh, no, I'm not going to get thrown off. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. We're good. Dude, she's dangerous. We're KO'd, but we're safe. How's it going, Kyle? She's gonna throw us off again? No, apparently not. Some moves you can be on the arms and it's okay. The arms are still safer than the head. Even if they're not a lot safer. Oh, we're getting a donation.
Love your videos. Keep them coming.
Servant Messiah, thank you so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. And I will. I'll keep them coming, I promise. Mecha says, I have the problem with taking down a subspecies without any helpful tips. Okay, you're talking about Black Val Hazak, and you definitely want to have the 3 levels of Effluvia Resist. After that, he's not that hard. So very likely you're missing something. You're very likely missing your Effluvia Resist. There we go. She KO'd? I think she's knocked down. So this will probably be Horn Break. We're not going to charge that. Okay. We didn't even have to. It didn't matter. Pick up some of these nuggies, of course. You don't want to miss out on the nuggies. Damn. God, that move's so annoying. It's like this zoning move, and it comes out fast enough that it's like you could be stuck. Oh my god, dude. You can see that we do our best to keep our health full. Usually when you die is because you were screwing around and you left your health kind of hurt. I did that in the earlier match with the Temporal Mantle because I figure if I just get one solid move on her, I will heal up. But we didn't actually ever get the solid move on her, and then she kills us because we only had 1 flip left from the mantle. Let's go ahead and carve the horns. It really saddens me to see the Master Rank, Glutton, Heavy Bowgun, clip size didn't seem to change much. What? Hey, look at that. We got a Golden Dragon's Fire from the horns. Just another reason to break those horns. Monica says, already have full armor set and all the weapons. Oh, nice, man. Very cool. She's going to use a move. Alright, we're going to throw her into the wall. So in this case, you can see we have another shot because we have the Slinger Burst capacity. So check this out. Grab onto her again, right? Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. We didn't do it in time. I don't know if we would have been able to do it in time, actually. So she enraged. I was hoping to get a second wall splat, but she enraged at the end of that. So hind leg. Hind leg's still pretty good for, like, attacking her, but safely, right? I like the hind legs and the tail if you're just trying to play it safe. Oh, man, she just one-shotted quick. You gotta be careful if you're playing a ranged weapon, because she can one-shot ranged weapons pretty easily, if you didn't know that. So be careful. It's not, you know, it's sometimes you're just unlucky. Again, it feels like her beam actually got longer ranged. Did you guys notice that too? Not longer ranged, fatter. Meaning the hitbox is bigger, which makes it more dangerous. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use our Glider Mantle, and this is going to let us easily get a mount on her with the Greatsword. unless she runs away. Alright, there's one smack. Probably have to hit her about 5 times if I had to guess. You'll notice we're taking chip damage. Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. That killed us. I was hoping that the jump would come out sooner and that I could tackle it, because I didn't want to try and roll it. Maybe I should have tackled and then gone for a roll. That's really sad. Wow, man. Wow, we've had 2 fails from dying. Holy. She's tough, man. So, I bet you that nobody on our team, I bet you this, that nobody on our team ate for feline safeguard or feline insurance. I could be wrong about that, but it feels like we were running off of the same 3 lives that we normally do run off of. Probably because everyone prioritized something else, maybe damage, and then look what happens. We ran out of lives. So we might have actually still finished that match. It's one of the reasons why everyone talks trash on defense and doing stuff like eating safeguard and eating feline insurance, and you go, I don't need that, until you do. You know what I mean? When suddenly you do need it, and you're like, oh, well, I just wasted all this time on this run. That sucks. In order to have dodged that move, I think what I should have done is, again, I should have tackled, and then I should have tried to iframe through it. That's what I should have done. Einsig says, I think the belly flop hit several times. Well, it can only hit you once if you're not wearing Rocksteady. So there you guys go. I should have... Whoa, Steven! How's it going, man? Just wanted to say that I appreciate all the content you make for the community and your fans, and to keep up the good work. Oh, thank you very much, man. That's a big donation. Woo! Man, let me open up... I'm going to open up Streamlabs so I can keep track of who sent what, and thank you guys a second time. That is crazy. That Serpent Messiah did a donation during the fight, and then Stephen Kimsey did a really large $50 donation. Thank you so much, Stephen. Gemini said, I noticed you can add custom augments to Kulve weapons along with the regular augments, unlike Safi or any other weapons that doesn't have the custom upgrades. Yeah, I had somebody else tell me that. So I've been told that the raw weapons aren't as good as the Safajiva raw weapons, but then I had another guy told me after the custom upgrade that they're actually like on par with each other. So that's the information I've been given. I have not tested any of that information. I'm still working on, like informative guides on, well, right now we're working on a top 10 tips for Kulve Taroth in order to not die quite so much. So look, you'll notice we didn't eat this, and I don't know if my teammates are eating it, so I just kind of assumed somebody on the team ate feline safeguard, but it turned out that last run, I don't think anyone did. So the first thing in the bottom right-hand corner, there's the daily skills for my character. I don't have feline insurance. So my job then is to eat feline safeguard. So I'm going to eat feline safeguard to make sure my team has a whole extra life. And you think you don't need it until you do need it. That's exactly how it works. Something goes wrong. She's a tough fight. I would call her the toughest fight in Iceborne right now. Master Rank Kulve. Mr. Kulve. Mr. Kulve. Kulve Taroth's husband. So what are the things we've done here? Boulder drop. So double wall in stage 2, when she goes down there, she's not aggroed. So you can get a double wall splat, a boulder drop, and lava spout. So there's the lava spout. All 3 of those things, double wall splat, boulder drop, lava spout. You've got 3 ways to deal environmental damage to her in stage 2, which is really important. I think one of the tips should be feline safeguard, feline insurance, because we honestly have died. We've lost 2 rounds against her from losing too many lives, and I think it's just because she's tough, man. That's just it. She's just tough. And so one of your key strategies will be eating the meals correctly. If you have feline insurance, you should just check for it. If you don't, have the safeguard. And if you have like headphones on and you can communicate to your teams, somebody can tell the other players, hey, I'm having the feline safeguard, and then the other 2 players don't have to do it. And hopefully the 4th player actually picked up the... Alright, there's the double wall splat. Again, we didn't get to test the whole tenderized theory. She gonna roar. She's gonna belly flop. How did that reach me? Oh my god, I thought I was going to be far enough away that that would not hit me. Since getting the horns broken right here when she has the gold horn plating is so important, I'm going to eat a might seed even. What? It didn't claw attack. I hate the clutch claw, man. I push the button and it doesn't fly out. It's so annoying. So let's tenderize this ahead of time. That's really important too, right? So tired of getting hit by that tail.
Proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. Yeah, make sure you have your might seed. You can give the team demon powder. I just got hit by that 3 times in a row, dude. Mr. Gonzalez, apparently she goes molten in stage 1 after a mount. There's no need to test it. That is accurate information. That was information we knew about Kulve Taroth even from the base game. That was how it worked. So you could cause her to go molten instantly with the mount. Alright, so the problem I see here is we're dealing all this damage to her chest, which means we're not going to get a horn we're not going to get the gold horn plating break on her. That's what's going to happen. I mean, maybe we get it? Alright, there we go. Geralt's actually running sticky. I was wrong about that. We might still get it. He needs to get a KO on her. There's Heroic saving us there. That's an annoying time to be KO'd. Let's get over there. We're not going to charge the 2nd level of this. Let's fully charge the 3rd level. Oh, no, man. That sucks. Oh, I might have hit her in the head anyways. Was that the head or the arms? It's because by bad luck... Oh. Nice. There it goes. Perfect. So the horn plating drop, it gives you more of her materials, but also it gives you this free knockdown, which is just tons of damage, guys. Remember, this knockdown that we have right here, totally unrelated to, you know, paralysis, KO, any of those things. Totally unrelated to it. So it's just a free knockdown on her, which means lots more damage. And look at all the drops. These, oh, this Gachalaka. We joke about gold nuggies, but the gold nuggies are actually, you can sell them for Zenny, or you can trade them with the Elder Melder, so they're actually useful. Are you going to make a video for weapon sets against Master Rank Kulve later? No, probably not. Kowal says, hi, love your videos. Really helped me out with the start of the game. Any recommendations for hammer builds? Yup. Crit Boost, Weakness Exploit, Crit Eye. Those are the skills. And then after that, you have to decide what you want on your build. You might want Master's Touch in order to not have to sharpen. You might want to use Divine Blessing if you want more defense. So, it's up to you. Whoa, she's not aiming for me. Alright, so she's doing the lava spout. Let's go ahead and grab her by the head. He already threw her. Very good. And again. Perfect. So that's the double wall splat. Very powerful. You have lots of your damage right there. So double wall splatting is a skill you basically have to have for this fight. Think about it. We just, in the fight so far, we've gotten 4 of those. Think about how much damage that is. And this fight's all about bringing her damage down so that she moves to the next area before your timer goes out. Alright, so the next thing we should be trying to do is bring her underneath the boulder, right? Uh-oh. Man, he must get one-shotted pretty easily. So we want her under this boulder, and we're going to drop the boulder on her. She's very close. It's very tempting to drop it, isn't it? Here it is. See that? So it was tempting to drop it earlier. And you have to fight that temptation, and I know it's difficult, which is why it's very easy to miss that boulder drop. The boulder drop is going to give us this wonderful knockdown, and the free damage too, which is going to throw her into the next stage easily. There's the horn break. That's actually a really nice thing to have, because with the horn broken in this stage, what you can do is you can go carve them and not really worry about missing the rewards from the horns if you die in the last stage. So you guys saw in the previous run, we actually lost the last stage. It's just a thing that can happen, you know, she's tricky. Well, if you break the horns here, you're doing well because you're going to pick up all the rewards here from the horns. Alright, here we are. And let's pick up some fresh crystal burst so that we have 6 shots of these. There you go. Ooh, I think it's gonna rain outside. Sleep under the boulder. You could do that, Muhammad. I don't think that that's necessary at all. You know, it will probably give you a little bit of bonus damage. I don't know if it's really worth it. Oh, you know what? That sucks. Good job, Josh. Nope. Okay, so you can't do it twice in the last stage anyways. Good to know. I'm going to go ahead and soften up this tail for everyone. Soften parts for your teammates, guys, especially if you're using a weapon that can soften in one move. Always soften. If a main body part is not softened, you will lose out on so much health without softened parts. You get multiplicative bonuses when you soften those parts, because if you think about it, it's not just you benefiting from a softened part, it's the whole team benefits from it. So the whole team's going to benefit from that softened part. It's like ×4 benefits. Very important. So I'd say after you get at least one of the arms softened, you're ready to go. You're ready to start attacking. Wait, she's not being thrown again. Oh, she's drooling. Got it. So when you grab onto a monster while they're in their drooling status, you reset the timer on the drooling status, which gives your team even more time to get their highest damage combinations out. That's gonna miss. That's sad. The whole state of Missouri is getting rain right now. Is it? No! But look, this time we have 2 lives left over, and that's because we actually had our feline safeguard. Very important, guys. Yeah, I think feline safeguard is going to have to be mentioned. Even though it's more of a general tip, everyone should already be very aware of it. I think that people should be reminded to have it. The feline insurance, feline safeguard. It's going to be one of the important tips. Got a little chicken nugget down here. Wait a second. Here it is. Got my little golden nugget. Can't miss out on those nuggies. You can see right now that the tail is soft again. Or the tail is not softened again. That's what I meant to say. So we're going to go ahead and soften that tail. The tail is a very large target and is a very safe target for your teammates. Alright, we're going to soften this arm. So everyone hates softening. It's understandable. So we can't go over there, but we... Oh, and there she goes. She's dead. I was going to say, we can't attack her arm, but we can attack the tail. Get little nuggies. Woo! It takes 3 sleep knives to put her down. Okay. I noticed in the Master Rank version, not as many people care about putting her to sleep and paralyzing her in the last stage, and I think that's because you don't really have to do damage to her horns if you don't want to. You can attack her anywhere on the body, and this is making it so that people don't care as much about when they sleep or when they paralyze her. Alright, let's open this back up. We're going to open up our tips. So we're doing the top 10, right? So far we're at 4. His own value. So we're going to make we're actually going to shift them all. This is how I would be doing it at home. Not at home. This is how I would be doing it when I'm not live. So we're going to say feline insurance and feline safeguard. Priority meals. Okay. Now somebody using like a sticky ammo isn't going to want to eat those because he's going to want to go for bombardier. But the thing is, if you don't know if anyone on your team has it, you're going to miss out on that. Priority meals. His own values favor raw. Bring level 1 of slinger capacity for double wall splat. Always go for wall splats. You can get 2 of them. You can get 2 of them in stage 1 and stage 2. In stage 3, you get a single wall splat and then she enrages. Number 5, stage 2, double wall splat and boulder drop and lava spout. For stage 5, not stage 5, stage 3, And let me go ahead and hide that. Eternal Gold Rush. One tip could be to use Dust of Life to help teammates in danger. Well, again, that's kind of one of those general things that everyone should be doing. It's not really necessary, but it would be nice if you could do that. You know what I mean? We're going to go ahead and fertilize this with soft soil. And now let's go see what we have going for the Gloam Grass Bud. We're going to go to crafting list. Craftable. Have I never made it? Where is it? Here it is. Dust of Life. So I have 51 of them. I have plenty of God Bug, but I'm limited on the Gloam Grass Bud. Okay. What do I have here? So I'm actually going to get rid of the barrel bombs. Well done steak, Astera jerky. Those are fine, I guess. I never use dung pot, it turns out. The traps are pretty important. Demon drug. You know, actually, one of the things I've been realizing is how important demon powder is, really. Here it is. Demon powder is actually quite important for being able to buff your teammates. Oh, hold on. Let me refresh my item loadout. All right, give me a second, team. I'm gonna get this finished real fast. So we're gonna drop this, this, and this, and these are gonna come in under here. And we're going to fill this out with demon powder. All right, so those are in. And then the Gloam Grass. We need Gloam Grass Bud, huh? Is it down here? It is. So we're going to grab this right here. And then we're going to grab the God Bug. Here he is. So we can only hold 4 of these, which means we only need 4 of the God Bugs. All right, and actually, we're going to make this 3 in oops. Hold on. Should we? No, let's just make it 4. You can farm them. Who cares? Who gives a crap? Alright, so that would allow us to craft more of them, right? Now we're going to go to manage items. We're going to overwrite this, so we're updating our item loadout. Alright, and there's our team. Now there should be a way to look up and see if your teammates have eaten for Feline Safeguard. So what you do is you go over here, and you should be... Do you have to scroll? Here it is. So he ate for Feline Riser, Feline Polisher. This guy did. This guy ate Feline Bombardier Deflector, and Nova ate Feline Moxie. So literally no one on the team ate Insurance, and no one on the team ate Safeguard. See? So it's you can't really rely on your teammates. If you've got time to make a decision on your meal, you can check to see what they have, but there it is, Feline Safeguard. Everyone should be eating that. Not everyone, one person should. But you know, unless you've checked your teammates' meals, you shouldn't be eating your meal for a damage setup. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. That's my point. Very important. Good teammates eat the Feline Safeguard. Bad teammates skip it. Bad teammates are like, we won't die 3 times. It's like, maybe you will, though. And then you're going to be sad. The little extra damage you get from the feline food skills is not going to compensate for 1 loss. You know what I mean? It's not going to save you as much time as you think it will. Yash says, hey, did you see the Kiar Strong Arm Ice Charge Blade? Yeah, I heard it's really strong. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Make sure you don't get cornered when she spits lava. That's a good one. Wave goodbye to my godlike DPS. You can get tons of Dust Alive from the Steamworks. Good point. Let's see. Is it worth it to turn your demon drugs into mega demon drugs or demon pills? No, not really. I mean, if you're a speedrunner, probably you would do the mega demon drug. I don't think speedrunners often use demon pill. I think they do when they expect their speedrun to be very short. Oh, I just grabbed my Xbox controller. Hold on. There it goes. But for a regular gameplay where the fight's going to take like 10 minutes, like here, no, don't do demon pill for a long fight like this one. You'll just want to do demon drug, demon powder, might seed. Those stacked together will last a long time. The demon powder and the might seed last 3 minutes. And the demon powder is actually really great for your teammates. You should always be using this for your teammates. It increases everyone's damage output. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. I don't think we have a sticky ammo on the team. Nova's not a sticky ammo. Oops, I was not paying attention. Yeah, it's raining outside. Good. That's her alligator roll. I'm gonna go ahead and soften her head because I don't know if I'll actually make it to the wall. Oh, I didn't get to soften the head. Isn't that dumb? Alright, we got that before she threw us off that time. That's a highly punishable move. That's a punishable move. I wasn't sure if she was going to touch me. Got her. Alright, and into the wall. She's mad. So none of my teammates have any kind of way to crowd control her with like sticky, and what I'm going to focus on doing then I'm going to go ahead and get a mount using the glider mantle. There's also bugs in the room that you can use, so that'll work as well. There's the bugs above us, so those are pretty cool, and the hill will work for hammers, so you can get a mount on her using your hammer and the hill. God damn it. I don't know how much you'll take to actually mount her, though. It's funny, because the Insect Glaive has no trouble at all with the mount on this stage. Insect Glaive does it very fast. She's not softened. We want to make sure that she's softened before a mount occurs. So this is a team right now who is going to miss out on the gold horn plating. Oh, interesting. You can claw her face and still not get there in time, and the tail can hit you. Oh, that's going to throw me off as well. Am I KO'd? Let's find out if I'm KO'd. Yeah, that's KO. Ooh, this could kill me. Good heals. Still alive. Good heals, man. Just in time. Alright, she's been softened. She's gonna be ready to be thrown into a wall again soon. Oh, wrong side of her. You can never tell until she's actually partway through the roll. Don't you hate it when it doesn't do the dive evade? That's so annoying. I'm gonna get thrown off of that. You really can't mount her, can you, you know? You can't grab the horns very easily. There's a few moves you really can punish, but many of the moves are not easy to punish. There we go. Alright, so we mounted her because nobody else is really attacking her head in any kind of way. And we want to be able to get the horn plating to break. And with her horns softened and me mounted on her, we should be able... We should be able to get the horn plating broken now, at least. Oh, please do not throw her into... Oh! I'm looking at this guy like he's going to throw her into the rocks. I'm not even paying attention to her next move because I think he's going to throw her in. And that's it. We did not get the horn plating. That's so sad, man! Oh, it all went so wrong. Lynn's sad. So I got the mount very late, not in time for it to be useful. Which shows you Insect Glaive definitely is a little better at mounting. Alright, come on, Kulve. Come over here. Kulve's going for my teammates. Oh, what is she doing? Kind of lined her. Oh, damn. So wait, is she knocked down? Yes, she is. Alright. We can't reach her horns, but you know what? The knockdown's nice anyways. That'll push her into the next stage, so it's good to have landed that. Alright, we didn't get as much damage on the tail. That's her drooling. Interestingly, she drooled after the part break there. We had the same idea here. We still have some temporal left. Oh, I thought I dodged it. Look how far that reaches, dude. That move reaches so far, it's ridiculous. New tip, mount her in area 1. I'm told it makes her instant molten. Yes, it does. That's not a new tip. We've been talking about it for 2 days now. And some people are debating, no, you should save it for the last stage. But I think stage 1 might be a good way to do it. But the thing is, you actually have to be able to mount her fast. I don't think all weapons can. So insect glaive and sticky ammo are both things we're looking at right now. But the sticky ammo might be all you need. Oh, wait, we can't grab her head. You cannot grab her head when she's using that move. You can soften the arm, and that's meaningful because the arm's a good hit zone value for weapons, right? For all weapons, I think. Wait, maybe not shot damage, though. Shot damage relies on the chest. Nice, that was a good roll. That's going to be KO. Kind of an odd time to be KOing, but we'll take it. Would have been nice to do that in stage 1 instead of stage 2, because then we could have had the gold plating. What knocked me over? Oh, a Gachalaka. Alright, she's off to the next stage. Very good.
Excellent.
She's mad. Nova's like, good work. Brrr. Come on over, sexy. Now she's going for someone. Oh my god. Well, can't really do anything there. Alright, we got one of the arms softened. God, I try to dodge that move because I recognize it. It's so easy to recognize the move, but... Oh, no, that's not good. Nice job, nice job. Alright, you still got it. Good job. We're gonna go ahead and soften the tail because she's gonna get angry and blow some fire now. This is a bad place for us to be. Okay, we're kind of clear of it. You can get pinned in there. That's the problem. You can get pinned against the wall like Lin Fei. Do you see what happened to Lin Fei? So Lin Fei got pinned, and that's ultimately what killed her. We're going to go ahead and put this on. It will give us a little more damage. We're not really interested in a mount like we used to be. Can we grab? Yeah, there we go. So remember, the grab extends the drooling period. So you want to do that for your team. Whenever she is drooling, one person at least should grab onto her with the actual claw. Alright, this move's pretty scary. Oh, that's a flinch. Good job on the flinch. Don't know who caused it. Darn it. When she's getting ready to use that horn attack that you just see there, and she's going to start slamming her head in the ground, I find that rolling to the left is a little bit safer. Shoot her in the head. Whoa! Alright, we'll go ahead and do some tail damage. Remember, you can attack any part of her body. You're just going for a kill now. Don't worry too much about the horns. There's a good chance you break her horns either way, okay? God damn, dude. Gosh, she still hit me. I don't even know what hit me. Probably like her leg or something. Alright, this is the ceiling attack. And you need to look back down quickly because she comes back down from that move very quickly herself. She's going to sleep. Smart move, Nova. Nice. The horns are broken before the sleep. That's really good. Nice. I got a little extra damage there. Alright, and we're going to grab onto her head now. And when she stands, we're going to try and get a wall splat. See, so we're going to turn her toward the wall after the wake up, wall splat. So a lot of free damage there from that sleep. That was really good for us and probably progressed the fight in stage. Oh, right, she does this right afterwards. So she re-aggroes right afterwards, which means you can go straight for the tail. She doesn't aggro, she enrages. That's the correct terminology. Man, I gotta get myself killed. I whiffed all those tail attacks. Oh, and she's dead, doesn't matter. Yeah, the sleep attack was really good. Instead of waiting for her to completely collapse, I'd run right over to the horns and get started on those. Didn't mean the lava floor. Talking about the long-range fire breath she uses from Zone 1. Is Part Breaker mandatory for Kulve Siege? No, not at all. Her ult can one-shot. The horn slap, though. Part Breaker isn't needed. Sweet. So there's lots and lots and lots of tips that you can put together for a video of this kind, and often the tricks you or the questions you ask yourself when you're doing something like making content for a community is you ask, what is most important here? So there's all kinds of, I could say stuff like reward related stuff. We could talk about Elder Melder. We could talk about you know, don't die right at the end of the fight because you'll miss out on all the rewards. We could talk about that little bit of information where you carve the horns first, because she goes through a death animation before you can carve her body. So, you know, it's funny when you do like a top 10 video, and maybe there's 12 tips in it rather than 10, because I usually cheat. I usually throw in 12. You always have to kind of like prioritize the most important information. And hopefully you don't do any bad information. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Yash says, can we talk about her gold nuggets? Yes, she's constantly dropping gold nuggies. I've heard that Geologist might work on them, and these can be sold for Zenny, which is nice for people who lack Zenny, but they can also be traded at the Elder Melder for her high rank weapons, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and check and see if we have any other builds in here. So what else do we have? This is our PlayStation account. Looks like we do actually have something for the longsword. We might do a little bit of longsword then. Raw dog. What do we have over here? How about here? So let me go ahead and save this down here for now. And we're going to pick up this build. What is this? Safi Shatterblade. And I can tell I'm using the Brachy set, so it's more of a recent set. But you know, when fighting Kulve Taroth, I find that Master's Touch is not as important as normal, and also just the kind of setup I have on the Safi blade here. Notice I have a large white sharpness bar. I don't really need Master's Touch, and I feel like that's one of the things that the developers have probably paid a little bit of attention to. They don't make the for example, Safajiva fight himself. You don't really need Master's Touch quite so much. It's not too OP, too powerful. Sort this by rarity real fast. So we only have the alpha version of the helmet. Let's go see if we can get the beta version of the helmet real fast. Actually, let's run up here. Let me think about my build. So a wide range build would be nice for my teammate. Think about it for a second. Wide range is good. What else is good for Kulve Taroth? Yeah, wide range is great on weapons that can run wide range because you can really help your teammates out and give them more damage. And since this is a really damage focused fight, that's nice to have. But let's see. I do want to have Divine Blessing Secret. I'm such a huge fan of Divine Blessing Secret. Forge equipment. We're going to go over to armor. Rose, Namiel Gamma. What? What happened? How did I gain access to Namiel Gamma? I'm not going to look at that. That might be related to that. We're not going to look at that because I don't want to spoil it. Weird. I have no clue why that showed up. It probably has something to do with the modified account I have. Byronius, he says, try lance. Good for softening, mounting, and chasing. All right, Byronius made a donation. Let's see if we can put a mount. I'm not a mount. A lance build together. He wants to try lance. Let's see what we got. You got it, man. Let's see. Venom, paralysis, sleep, blast, water, fire, dragon. This one's already got sharpness, Shar Ishvalda, and this one's already got attack increase. Alright, we'll do this one. Choose augment equipment. Oh, dice, not augment, upgrade. Alright, we're going to go ahead and upgrade this real fast. Well, we're going to add the sharpness to it, of course. Slot upgrade. Hey, mister, how the heck did you get that? Hey, mister, I want some of that. Oh, we could put Uragan Ambition on. Oh my god, there's going to be a bazillion Namiel. No politics talk? That's right, no politics talk today, just video gaming today, because Master Rank Kulve Taroth came out, Mr. Kulve, and we're going to fight him instead of talking about politics. Just make the Raging Lance. That's a good point. What do you think would actually be better, though? Think about it. If we bring the Ice Lance, Lance actually pokes quite a lot. So I feel that in stages 2 and 3 of this fight, I would just rather have the Ice Lance, to tell you the truth. Yeah, the little bit of extra ice damage as opposed to blast damage, I actually think that's preferable, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you say so? Do sharpness increase. We could just build handicraft. Maybe we just build handicraft. The Furious Lance isn't too shabby either. There's a lot of base thunder damage on that thing. There's the Val Sylvain. Sharpness increase, Brachydios Essence. Oh no, Care. It's storming so hard out there. Here's Silver Rathalos Essence. It's interesting. Why don't you go for Sharpen Element? I don't know, man. No problem, Gaspar. Why do you say mister? Isn't Kulve Taroth a girl? Hey, mister. You guys are too much. We're gonna get rid of this. Yeah, we're gonna have full attack. Hey, mister. Remember, her ice hit zone is bad compared to her blast thresholds. Compared to her blast... Oh, you know what? I didn't actually look at the blast thresholds. You posted it, but I didn't actually look. Hold on. Give me a second. You posted it, but I only looked at the hit zones. Where are we? Where are we? Go down here. Alright. Breakable parts. Poison, paralysis, blast is a base of 240. A build-up of 480. So basically, she will get a number of blast procs on her, is what he's saying. That's not bad compared to sleep and paralysis. Sleep is like 3,500. Paralysis 3,500. What else is good? KO's not too bad. She can't be exhausted, apparently. Can she be mounted easily? 75 to 1,150? Whoa, is Kulve Taroth an easy mount? Interesting. Huh. Okay, if that's the case, I think he's right, actually. If she actually builds up blast quickly, then we actually might want to just use a blast lance. Let's see if we can. Is the lobby full? I got into the stream later than normal. How's it going, Dakota? Yes, I believe the lobby is full. But is often changing. Oh, well, here's the next problem. I don't have an immortal reactor. Oh, but can you craft one? Let's see if we can craft an immortal reactor from the Elder Melder. This wasn't a title update, right? So I don't think we will, but let's see if we can, just in case. I don't know if anyone's tested this. Yeah, we might not be able to. Gold and silver melding tickets? What? Is this available for everyone, or is this just because my account is modified? Oh, you can turn in the VIP joyful tickets for it. I gotcha. Okay. Huh. That seemed new. No, still at Zionium Crystal. Alright. Just double checking. Alright, yeah, we're good. Mutagen's available, huh? So Blast, huh? Blast has not so bad of a build-up. Maybe we should be upgrading a Blast Lance. Do we have a Blast Lance? We have Paralysis, Sleep. We do have Blast. Alright. Sorry guys, we're restarting. This will take a minute. He made a donation for the weapon request, so I am going to go through with this. Let's get this going. Not new, just expensive. Here, we'll throw this on just to raise our level up. Attack increase. I mean, we could leave the Oregon Ambition up. Show you guys how to do guard up when you don't have the guard up decoration. The armor makes my character look like she just got boob jobs done. Woo! Donation time!
Can I still join?
Anyone is welcome to join. Hold on, let me... I just want to upgrade that to 5. Anyone is welcome to join us in open lobby. If you need the session ID and I'm not showing it on screen at the moment, what you can do is you can go into our Discord server, which, by the way, you can find experienced players in the Discord server to play Kulve Taroth with you in the first place, and check the channel called Session ID Chat, and I always post the Session ID Chat before I go live. So yeah, there's a link to the Discord server in the description of the server. It's kind of like our social media where we all talk to each other. I don't want to join that, man. Man, I don't know about that. Thanks for the donation. By the way, for those of you who are curious, how did he get that message to pop up on screen? He's using something called Streamlabs, and there's a link to the Streamlabs in the description as well. Streamlabs allows you to make a donation and say something, you know, nice or funny or whatever you want to say. Whereas when you use Super Chat with YouTube, did you know YouTube actually takes 30% of the Super Chat for itself? Yeah, whereas Streamlabs, all of the donation will actually go to the creator, the content creator. So if you are unfamiliar with the Streamlabs, you probably will want to learn it, because pretty much all content creators are using Streamlabs. I don't know if it's 100%, but a lot of them do. Usually if they're not using it, it's because they didn't take time to learn how to set it up. Use Rigid Dracolite for faster awakening. What? That's taking forever, man. This is why I was saying, like, I wish they could just tell me how much it would cost to do attack increase and just let me spend the parts. I don't like this whole rolling the dice situation. It just takes too long. It's like... 30%, wow, that's right. So somebody made a very generous 50% donation to me earlier, and that means it was closer to more like $50 minus, what would it be, like 17, something like that. So 50 minus 17, what would that be, like 40, 36, right? So it ended up only being $36 going to the creator. And then, of course, I pay taxes on that as well. I get to give the government is cut. So the real donation amount comes out to be more like maybe like 30 bucks. Everyone takes and they take and they take. But yeah, Google takes 30%. YouTube takes 30% whenever you use a super chat. And that's why it's a good idea to learn how to use Streamlabs, because I might not be the only creator you watch, content creator. You might watch other content creators, and it's going to be the same way for them. If you're going to make a donation towards somebody else, you want to be able to give them a nice donation rather than basically giving them multi-billion-dollar corporation Google 30% of your money. It's kind of sneaky, isn't it? Right? Like, Google doesn't need your donation, but they're like, we'll take it though. We'll take their donation. We won't tell them. Yeah, I'm always surprised how many people don't know about that yet. Alright, I'm about to give up on that last level of attack increase. I don't really care about it. Pure Dracolite? Oh my god, you guys are going crazy. What is Pure Dracolite? Hey mister, what's Pure Dracolite? This is a modified account, guys. So this PlayStation account has been modified. That's why you see some goofy stuff. Hey mister. I think we're going to give up Pure. I don't really care about that last level of attack. Let's just move on. Let's get the build going. Alright, there we go. There's our blast. And then I think we could actually go for the purple sharpness if we wanted to do a master's touch setup. But I actually prefer to have...
Ooga booga baloney.
Ooga booga baloney. Thanks, man. Oh, and I need to get rid of that Doom guy. That's the Doom guy pop-up. Because we were playing Doom earlier. We were doing a playthrough of Doom. You know, if you guys tell me what you want to see as a pop-up on the alert box, I'll do it for you. I'll change the GIF for you. What else we got? The chest. Hey, mister, are you one of them elite hackers? That's right. Uh-oh, babe, there's a thunderstorm out there. It's blowing up out there. Tornadoes any second. Alright, here's the Uragon armor set. Let's see what kind of pieces of armor. We've already got the legs and the arms. And that looks like all you really want. So we might run the legs. What are the arms again? So guard 2, iron skin. We might run the legs. I don't know. Let's do the arms. Let's do the arms. Alright, so now we have guard up. Guard up's on our build. Because we have the lance. Check it out. We have the lance has guard up and the arms have guard up. So now no guard up decoration is needed. So when you think about the arms efficiency, you have to think about it as a giant decoration slot, a medium decoration slot. That's the cost of the guard up. And then the 2 levels of guard. But of course also our lance is doing slightly less damage because we gave up 1 attack upgrade on the lance for that. This is for people who really, maybe you don't have a guard up decoration. Well, this is a good option for you to keep your damage pretty high and also to add guard up to your build, which of course you want that. You want the guard up. Now, for the rest of the armor set, what else should we have? I think that this chest plate and this coil are... Oop, not this coil. The one we just crafted. Did we not just craft it? This coil, we'll just use the alpha coil. Who cares? Take these legs off. The legs are probably going to be Brachydios legs. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's golden loon greaves. We don't need those. Okay, Brachydium greaves. So Brachy greaves are real efficient, just like the Garuga greaves are. So Garuga greaves or Brachy greaves will work. Golden loon coil, Uragon, golden loon mail. So we're doing a little bit of build practice today, guys. So now we can put on whatever helmet we want. You know, honestly, actually, if we did the... Let's do the golden loon helm beta. We're already wearing that. And then up here, we'll throw on the Brachy chest. Alright, which will give us an option for Challenger level 7. Agitator 7, not Challenger. Agitator 7, Weakness Exploit, Health Boost, Divine Blessing Secret, Guard up. So we got a bunch of stuff going on. The question of whether that's useful all comes down to what kind of decorations I have. I probably don't have good decorations, so it's not going to matter. See if we can upgrade the charm, though. Arch-Tempered Namiel is not out. You guys are crazy, man. She's not out. You guys can look it up for yourselves. You've got the game. Log into the game and actually look it up. You can find out. Oh, man. You guys are like, is she out? Is she out? Is she out? So we need an immortal reactor for this charm upgrade, huh? Maybe we'll play a little bit of Raging Brachydios on the PlayStation later. But let's go ahead and finish the build in the meantime. So we do want to finish Divine Blessing. Let's make sure we don't have too much of anything first. 3, 2, okay, we're good. You don't want to have too much of anything. Tenderizer tends to be a pretty rare level 4 decoration, so we're going to start by filling that out. Same with Crit Boost. Those are pretty rare, even if the level 2 version of the decoration's not. Alright, and then we might as well finish off that Agitator, right? Because what's the point of having Agitator 7 if you don't use it? We've got Challenger Protection. Perfect. That's going to be very efficient. And then we're going to unfilter that and look up Protection now. Is it sad that I'm slowly memorizing this list? It is sad, right? But hold on, let's look at Protection. Protection should be on this list, is it not? This page? Here it is, Divine Blessing. That's pretty sad. So we have a Crit Boost Divine Blessing, so we're going to put that on. And we're going to drop this. So that's been taken off now. And let's see what else we need. So we've got Agitator, Divine Blessing, Health Boost, Crit Boost, Weakness Exploit. Crit Eye would be nice, and Guard would be nice. And then after that, it would probably be, what is that? Offensive Guard. So that would probably be the build order now. So Offensive Guard will be on the list. Or anything else we want specifically for Kulve. Let's look up Crit Eye real fast. Sorry if I'm not reading your messages as much. Whenever we put a build together, I really do stop reading messages, and that's because they're very hard to read while thinking. But we're actually doing a little bit of thinking here. This is like highly detailed work. Here it is, Crit Eye. So we do have a number of these. Most players will not have this because I I modified those into the account. All right, so we got plenty of that. Let's bring the Guard up. Maybe one day you'll have those. Maybe one day. Alright, so there's Guard 4. You actually don't need Guard 5. Guard 4 is plenty. Well, I don't know. What does Guard 5 do? I'm trying to remember. Let's look it up again. Reduces stamina depletion by 50. Is that needed? I don't think that's needed. So, we should have pretty good affinity already with the Agitator 7. Because she will be agitated most of the time. So we're at 35% with Crit Eye. And, oh, let me look up exactly what Agitator does. I don't remember. Equipment information. Agitator 7, while active, give... Oops. So this is going to be active most of the time. So that's going to give us 20. And that means we're at 50. We don't need any more Crit Eye. That's what that means. So we're going to go ahead and finish the last 2 decoration slots. Are going to be finished off with... Mind's Eye. I don't think you need Mind's Eye. Sharp. Where's the Offensive Guard? It's not Guardian, is it? Yeah, here it is. Guardian. And you know what? We can't really fit anything else into this small decoration slot. So I think, well, what do we have for fire resist right now? 16. So that is actually a really good opportunity to add your fire resist in that slot. And the reason we want the fire resist here is because it's going to bring us over 20 and she won't be able to fire blight us anymore. So that's going to be 22 now. So we got good fire resistance, we got the guard, we've got the guard up, we got most of the damage skills are there. Crit Eye, Crit Boost, Weakness Exploit, Agitator. Obviously we're missing things like Attack Boost, we're missing Offensive Guard 3, so Peak Performance maybe. I don't know why you'd want to use Peak Performance against her, but I don't know. There's a lot of players out there who do better than me, right? So anyways, let's see if we can augment health regen on this weapon. Probably we can't. Yes, we can. Perfect, because I got a million bazillion materials apparently. Perfect. Okay, and we are done putting this lance build together. We better save this too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. We're going to rename this real fast. Oh my god, what if my game crashed right now? There it goes. So we're going to say Lance here. Alright, so that's going to be my list of Lance builds. And we're ready to go, guys. Thanks for your patience. That did take us a little bit of time. But that's how it looks like to put a build together, and this is kind of like what I would do for a standard quality build. This Divine Blessing Secret has come really high up on my list for defensive skills that increase your survivability, but also just kind of make it so that you don't have to stop attacking when you make it like a mistake. You take some damage from something, and you just ignore it because, you know, you got Divine Blessing Secret activated, and you got the health regen on your weapon. So instead of stopping and healing, you just keep attacking the monster, and this heals you back up to full. And this allows you actually to also play more aggressively, if you think of it that way. So Divine Blessing Secret's become one of my favorite skills. Let's see if my teammates have eaten a meal. So you can go here again. And that's Moxie. He has not eaten. And he has not eaten. So we're going to go ahead and eat Feline Safeguard. Here it is. Sweet. Put the expert in the small slot and take offensive guard expert in that level 4. Do I have an offensive guard expert? If I have one of those, I can definitely do that to improve it. You're right. So he's talking about dropping this right here. Where's offensive guard? That's a skill I rarely... I do have one. You're right. We could do that, but then my fire resist would drop. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it for the damage. Oops, not this. Put that back on. We'll do it. Alright. Thanks for that. Let's go ahead and update the build. So now we got 2 levels of offensive guard, but we don't have that level 20 fire resist anymore. We got level 16. So when she burns us, it is going to be a burn. I'm going to go ahead and stand up and stretch. I don't stand up enough when I stream. It's very unhealthy. Look at that little kitty. She's just laying on you.
So cute.
Are you not going to eat this bacon? Man,
Maybe
I'm
you
going
can
to
lick like half of one for me.
I'm going to have to help you with this bacon. Sorry, I scared her off.
That's okay.
Hey guys, I'm going to play this round standing up, so I'm going to sound different, okay?
Use whatever you can.
Koopa Commander, how's it going, man? Why did you smack her twice? Look, dude, she didn't even hit anything. Dude! You wasted it. Josh! Instead of getting a double wall bounce, we didn't get any wall bounce at all, dude. You only smack her one time, you don't smack her twice. Oh, that's... Oh, it didn't hit me, okay. Can't really do anything right now. We could go for the mount, I guess.
Proceed with caution.
How many times do you think I gotta hit her to get him out? Too many times? Awesome. Hey, we actually did get out. So this is where the Lance's lower damage than the Greatsword really is going to be a problem here. We have much lower damage than the Greatsword, and this is going to cause us to not get... This is going to cause us to not break those horns in time, man. What the hell? How'd that hit us? We're not really getting them out that fast. So this is very often people will say, "Oh, the lance can mount," but it's like, yeah, it can mount like easy monsters. I just died. The lance is so defensive, man. Alright, I play terribly when I can't do it, man. Oh, also, look, see how we're missing stamina? That's just not acceptable with the lance. You cannot be missing stamina, because you rely on stamina as part of your build. So if you're playing, let's say, the longsword, you don't really rely on stamina. If your stamina is low, you're fine. You barely need any stamina with the lance, or the greatsword, or the hammer. They all play without it, but the lance actually plays with it. This is not a benefit to the lance, this is just another thing that makes it more difficult than the other weapons. Okay, so far no mount. We've done almost no horn damage. We can knock Josh over. Nah, we're not gonna do that. Still no mount. At this point, I don't really feel like you should mount because it's not going to help you at all. You should probably just save it for the last stage. We're clearly not going to get the horn plating on the broken here, so I'm just going to start doing regular damage. I would not recommend lance for stage 1 of this fight just because you're not going to have some sort of advantage with mounting her. There she goes, she's out. No horn plating for this team. Think about that, guys. So you use the wrong weapon, you don't get as many rewards. That's not a good idea. You could use any weapon you want as long as you're having fun, but I can tell you right now, lance is not going to be a strong choice in stage 1. There's just nothing about it that seems really strong. Lance is going to struggle probably the most with Kulve Taroth because Kulve Taroth is all about... that's going to hurt. Are you kidding me? I'm dead, dude. I started... Did you see what happened, guys? So, she hurt me because I'm in this scripted move, the dash attack.
Hey, what's up, brother Clench? Just wanted to know if me and my buddy can join your session. Thumbs up.
Yeah, of course you can. So the session is always an open session. All you got to do is manage to climb in there. Usually there's somebody always leaving out of there, out of the session. Thank you so much, Smokin'. Wanted to know if me and my buddy can join your session. So this is the session ID, and when somebody backs out, you're welcome to join. People usually come and go. Okay, so anyways, after the dash attack, yeah, I stupidly let myself get hit by the beam, but what happens right afterwards is another way that the lance is not really that good of a defense weapon. So I'm hurt pretty bad, and I have to heal. I'm at a point where healing is important for me. And then I try to heal the lance, and the sheath time is so slow that she manages to land the next beam before the sheath is over. See what I'm saying? So the sheath time on the lance is longer than other weapons, and that's a way of punishing players for using a weapon. For example, the heavy bowgun, right, is a real powerful weapon. The heavy bowgun is, and one of the downsides to using the heavy bowgun is you got to deal with the slow sheath speed. Well, you got to deal with the slow sheath speed of the lance as well. Watch her like hurt me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we basically, what I'm saying is I'm so used to the normal sheath speed of regular weapons like hammer, longsword, greatsword. They all have decent sheath speeds. I'm so used to it that I wasn't anticipating her using the beam again. Oh my god. Yeah, this weapon's so bad. This weapon feels terrible. You give up so much just to deal less damage. I think somebody dropped the boulder on her horns. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I can't even get to the horns here. Alright, well. See, if I was using another weapon, you know what I do? I just walk around the arm. But since the lance has a slow sheath speed, what would happen is it would take me this long to sheath before I could go running, and then by the time I run over, I've actually lost too much damage. So it would be smarter for me to stand in place and just attack the arm, which is a worse hit zone than the head. Low sheath speed, slow walking time. You have to build guard up and guard, all this, so that you can do less damage than pretty much every other weapon. They need to buff it so bad. This weapon needs huge buffs right now. Counter guard is not a good skill. Not the counter guard, the counter claw. Counter claw basically just lets you use your clutch claw. All weapons use clutch claw. All weapons, especially weapons with a good sheath speed, they all use it. Yeah, but what about advancing guard? That's what somebody will say. Look at that! I got interrupted by my teammate, and that almost caused me to get hit by that. It's a fun weapon in some regards, but it's just the damage is a big problem. Lacking damage is a serious issue. And this fight in particular actually highlights that as a problem. You can't lack damage on this. Lance isn't trash, just poke him with the stick. Sure as heck not gonna penetrate though. What? Maybe if they made like the counter claw super damaging. Oh, who woke her up? Alright, nobody threw her under a wall, that's sad. I would have done it, but it takes a long time for me to sheath my weapon. I stopped the dash in order to guard. Oh, that's too bad. That's tough. We'll do another round, no worries. Cherigi says, I don't think all weapons need to be top tier DPS monsters. It is fine to just be unique and do some special stuff for some utility. Well, that's the problem, Cherigi. It doesn't actually have more utility than other weapons. So you're talking about a weapon that has less utility than the other weapons, but also lower damage. See what I'm saying? So there's no redeeming quality to the lance. There's no redeeming quality. That is how you know that it's time to give that weapon a buff. Let's say, oh, it's unique. Actually, in a lot of ways, it's not that unique. You got the triple thrust and the finishing thrust. Those are your two primary damaging attacks, which means you just trade between two moves, and they're not that particularly exciting, I'd say. Poke, 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 thrust, poke, 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 thrust. Or like poke, 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 counter guard, thrust. Poke, 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 counter guard. See what I'm saying? So the playstyle of the lance is very repetitive. Very repetitive. It doesn't, not in the way that the greatsword is. The greatsword has like the tackle and then a really big payoff with the TCS. But this is just like, alright, we're doing 70 damage per poke. Amazing. It's not, it can mount monsters, but in this case, it's not really that good. You saw how many times we jumped her and did not get them out. The damage is low, and the utility is terrible. So this is one of the videos I was going to make about the lance. With the lance, people say, oh my god, it's a defense weapon. It's just not a defense weapon. You have slow walk speed. You're forced to take skills like guard up and guard, which other weapons, instead of building guard up and guard, consequently, they can build skills like defense boost and heroics, because they don't have to build guard up and guard. So this ironically makes this weapon less defensive. because in order to use the big shield that you already have, you actually have to build like 2 serious skills for it. And then on top of that, slow sheath time, chip damage through the shield. The fact that you're dealing less damage than other weapons means that you don't heal up as much with your health recovery, health regen augmentation. So your health regen augmentation, the weapon that uses it the worst is whichever weapon's not dealing it. Well, there's exception, I guess, like spread ammo doesn't do health regen well, but you see the point. You take chip damage through the shield, and then you have to you have to try and nab it back with the health regen skill augmentation. What else? Managing your stamina. I was mentioning that earlier. You don't have to manage stamina with so many weapons. You don't have to. But I think really probably the biggest one for the Lance is just the slow walk speed. Somebody who's played the game a long time.
Wall flinch is the best way to break parts in this Kulve. I've done it a few times.
Breaking parts is irrelevant. You don't need to break parts.
Weaken parts and wall flinch her in the fight is a little bit easier.
Yeah, you don't need to break her arms. You don't need to break her chest. You don't need to break her mantle. What you do want to do, you do want the gold horn plating to break. You do want that. So if everyone can target the head at the beginning, that's good. What's more fun, hammer or hunting horn? Definitely the hammer. The hunting horn is actually really cool. I think that it would be much better if they got rid of the performance buff as well as the attack up extra large buff. What they should do is get rid of that and then bring the damage of the hunting horn up to be on par with the hammer, and then give it more active buffs, kind of like the echo wave. More buffs like that. Active buffs, not passive buffs. Passive buff is like when you do the equivalent of drinking a dash juice. You know, that's a passive buff. So you give out passive buffs to the team, it's like, that's okay, but nobody really appreciates it in my opinion. And honestly, it's almost something you don't notice. Oh, didn't get a chance to do it. Alright, we'll go ahead and soften up the horns here. Lance or sword and shield? Definitely sword and shield. Sword and shield actually dealing damage. Think she'll hit the wall here? No, she won't hit the wall here. All right, we have another chance to hit. We have another chance to throw her into a wall. Let's go grab a. Ooh, that wasn't even aimed at me.
Let's do this.
So I noticed my. It seems like my other teammates have not even tried to throw her into the wall yet. That KO occurred without the whole team being there either. Oh wait, that's the KO. What the hell? That's weird. I thought that she had a KO. What happened? I don't understand. So there we are, being interrupted by our teammate, because unlike many other weapons, we have no built-in flinch free. And in fact, another problem for the Lance that makes it less defensive than you think it is, if you try to use the counterattack and your teammate's there, he will actually trigger the counterattack. Right? So you actually, if you're playing on multiplayer, it is even harder to actually rely on the counterattack. Passive is the wrong wording. No, it's very passive. When you can slam a flute into a monster's battered head and play the song of your people. No, so you're just saying funny things, but the actual buff is a passive buff. The way it works is you activate it. It raises like some internal stats in the game. Nobody really sees the internal stats, right? And it's actually quite boring. So they should, in my opinion, just throw out. I'd just go ahead and throw out all passive buffs. People don't play games to activate passive buffs all day. That's actually quite boring. Descon says Lance is not trash. This is correct. The Lance is not trash. In many regards, it's a unique feeling weapon. But in terms of damage output and utility, is one of the least defensive weapons in the game. It's one of the most dangerous weapons to be using, and it's also one of the lowest damage weapons as well. What is the most popular weapon in the game? Actually, the longsword, despite not being the most damaging weapon in the game, it is the most popular weapon in the game. Hey, mister, we have good Lance training here. Oh, snap. Can I join next hunt? 2 players had it twice in a row. Yeah, so guys, if you can, try to let people trade off and have a turn when it comes to playing in the actual live stream. Gunlance is better, but boring. Well, I would argue that the Gunlance isn't even so boring anymore. The Gunlance actually has some more fun things to do that it didn't have in the past. Wow, we still got thrown off. That sucks. Oh, can't believe we grabbed the arm. We're gonna get hit by the tail. Yeah, we did. Stop playing longsword because everyone is using it. It got stale. Isn't Lance like number 15 on most used weapons in the game? So there's only 14 weapons, so that's not possible. How do I oh. Oh my god, dude. Here's another way the lance is actually worse than the other weapons. So when you want to use the clutch claw, you can't just push left trigger like many weapons can. See, this gets you ready for like whatever this is, like the Dragon Pod Burst, I guess, which is really not that impressive. But let's say you do actually want to use the clutch claw, you would then have to push right joystick in, and now you can use the clutch claw, but look how fast you strafe. Real slow. So first of all, you have to push left trigger, then right joystick, and then you get like the slowest strafe ever. Wait a second. There we go. Claw shot. Yeah, there we go. Really terrible. So your other option for running and using the claw is you have to sheath the weapon, and now you can use claw the way you'd like to use it. See, now you can run and use it. Running and using the claw is a really critical skill because being able to do that allows you to sort of weave in and out of the monster's attack and instantly punish them. It's very important. Put this away real fast. Oh. That sucks. Oh, that sucks. We're not going to get the double wall splat, unfortunately. Ooh, wouldn't that be tempting to drop it right there? I've not won a cold fight all day because of trash teammates. I'm heading to the Discord in the description below. People aren't trash. Totally not free advertising. Imagine having to guard any of that because it would take too long to sheath and then run out of it. I don't know what everyone's doing. Everyone's doing everything except for what would... Oops. You guys aren't bringing her under the boulder. There we go. That's good. Oh, we still got it, luckily. The horns aren't even softened. Sorry, but if you are comparing solo runs, dual blades are far better than Lance by a huge margin. Yeah, it's not even going to be close. It's not even going to be close. Don't do it, Kulve. God. If you could play only Insect Glaive or Charge Blade for an entire year, which would you pick and why? That's a tough question. I don't know, maybe Insect Glaive just because I've recently played Charge Blade a lot already. I like doing new things in the game, I really do. Part breaker is not necessary, no.
Excellent.
I feel like I almost contributed no damage to that. We had like one damage stage where she was knocked down by the person using the stickies, and then we got a few hits on the head, and the head wasn't even softened. Let's go ahead and sharpen. The lance has clutch claw counter. Doesn't that compensate? I would say no for two reasons. First of all, clutch claw counter does not work on all moves. It only works on physical moves. Okay, so if you try to clutch claw counter like one of her fire attacks, it's not going to be counted. The second thing I would say is, why would you want to compensate for that when you could actually just have a new powerful move, right? So think about the longsword. Longsword got the EI slash. Hammer got the spinning midair bludgeon that combos into the clutch claw. What else? What else changed? Oh my god. Switch axe had changes. Charge blade had changes. Like they all had meaningful changes. Almost all of them. And lance is one of the only weapons that had virtually no meaningful changes. Counter claw. I mean, you are already able to use counterattacks. Considering your opinions, Lance for multiplayer is still rated 3rd ranked in DPM with proficient play. No, it most likely is not. I do not know what you're talking about. Considering your opinions, Lance for multiplayer is still rated 3rd ranked in DPM? Oh, are you saying deaths per minute? I thought you meant DPS, like damage per second. And also, I do not know where you would come up with a list like that. That doesn't make any sense. Is there a difference between the gun lance and the lance? Yes, a very large one. Lance is more mobile than gun lance. Yeah, but that's not actually that useful in my opinion. Monsters usually come to you, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'll be able to throw him into a wall. Nope. The wiki states it. Oh, I don't trust the wiki. The wiki. Lance is very mobile if you know how to use it. Oh, I know how to use Lance. Again, Lance used to be my most played weapon. What, you got like this stupid advancing guard? People are like, oh, look at, like, check this out. We could do this. Amazing. Instead of doing this, you know what other weapons do? They just sheath. Easy. So we could do that, or we could do the we could do this move. Pretty cool. So that's the dash attack, right? So we could dash. Other weapons just sheath and run, right? And the dash attack is only slightly faster than run. But the other thing about the dash attack is the dash attack cannot turn very fast at all. So after you charge up, check this out. When you start running with the dash attack, it actually is not that fast. Okay, now it's faster than a run. And now it's much faster than a run, see? So at the start, it's actually not that good, the dash attack. So people are like, it's so mobile. No, it's not mobile until it charges up. See, that's level 1 charge. Level 2 charge. Now it's much faster than a dash. But then again, you have much worse ability to change direction. So look, we can't really change direction too much. See that? So you can run forward. Oops, she was after me. I'm sorry. And then again, you've got this move here, the advancing guard or whatever it's called. What is it called? It's called guard dash. You can guard dash. Amazing. The other thing about dashing is when you start dashing, there's always the very beginning of the attack is a windup. This right here. See how I put the lance in front of me for like a split second? So other weapons, instead of doing that, what they'll do is they'll do sheath and run at the same time, and they're already moving forward, and the sheath is so fast that the sheath ends very quickly. So it takes a while for the lance to actually be faster than other weapons. You complained about the lance being slow earlier, and now you're saying it doesn't matter. I don't know what you mean by that. With gun lance, you also have a dash upward slash. Right, so the gun lance has the dash upward slash, and so this is usually just about enough to get you where you need to be in the first place. Let's go ahead and grab her by the head. She's down. None of her body is softened. The funny thing is, if I was using a weapon like, let's say, the greatsword, most of her body would be softened. But with the lance, I actually want to use the clutch claw less, because you have to sheath each time you want to use it, or use counter claw, which I'm not always looking to use counter claw.
Well done.
Oh, let's go ahead and start. That Kulve Taroth tail sleep can break Safi's neck. While other weapons are sheathing, you are closing the gap and being aggressive. No, you're missing it, Nitro. So while other weapons are sheathing, you are starting the windup to your dash attack. See, check it out. I will show you again. See, you're misstating how things really are. Check this out, because I've played all 14 weapons. So before the dash attack is allowed to go out, there's a windup. See this? See that? Do you see what just happened? Watch it again. Here it goes. See that? That's a windup. Other weapons, what they're doing is they're walking at a fast speed and sheathing at the same time. So the very beginning, other weapons actually gain on you. And then when you start your dash attack, you're going roughly the speed of a run, except you can't turn to the left or right very much. And then after you reach the first level of the dash attack, you start going barely faster than a run. And then once you reach level 2 of the dash attack, which takes a long time to start up, then you actually start to go fast. But it's like, it's not that useful, to tell you the truth. It's like, what does it matter if you go slightly faster than a run after like 5 seconds of running? The only time that is useful is usually when you're transitioning from one stage to another. But in the actual combat, which actually matters, the combat matters. In the actual combat, it almost never comes into play. So in almost all regards, if you're chasing a monster, the lance is not a superior weapon for chasing. Other weapons are superior for chasing, like the dual blades, the bow. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say the bow. Well, the bow doesn't even have to approach the monster all the way because it's a ranged weapon. So that's a silly question. The same with the heavy bowgun. You have the long roll with the heavy bowgun, and if you really want to move fast, you put on the evade extender, and then you move really far away with the heavy bowgun. But the heavy bowgun doesn't have to chase as much as the lance either, because it just shoots. Same with the light bowgun. Light bowgun, very fast sheath speed. Dual blades, sword and shield, very fast sheath speed. And then you have hammer, longsword, and greatsword, and they all have kind of like medium sheath speed, but it's still much faster than the lance. So you're just moving faster with all those weapons. Tyler missed the carve. I'm sorry, Tyler. Heavy bowgun for no skill runs, says the dude. And the reason he says that is because he's being a little bit accurate. The heavy bowgun is that powerful, and that's the big difference between the two weapons. One is actually quite powerful. So, do we have people just waiting in the lobby, by the way? Seems like there's a lot of people waiting. If you've already had a turn, you really should be letting somebody else have a turn. I can't remember who we just ran with. But you shouldn't be doing 2 runs with me in a row. You should be trading off with other people if possible. There's cases where maybe everyone else is already in a quest, and then it won't matter. But you try to let other people have a turn, please, guys. Lance is a reactive weapon. Actually, a better description for the lance is, right now, is a low damage weapon. That's probably the best description of it. So let's work on these top 10 tips. We got to get a few more. Let's see. So feline insurance, feline safeguard, his own values favor raw, bring 1 level of slinger capacity. You know, I'm actually going to change number 3. I think that bringing slinger capacity is a nice luxury skill. We're going to get rid of that. You should be double wall splatting the whole match. Okay, so the wall splats are very important. Stage 1, she leaves at 70% health. Mantle part breaks are irrelevant. Go for horn plate break instead. That's actually a very good tip. You want the horn plating break, because if you get that, then you get a knockdown on her and you get more carves. Stage 5, double wall splat and boulder drop and lava spout. So environmental damage in stage 2. Stage 3, after horn break, you can get target safer areas of her body. After horn break, you can target safer areas of her body. Number 7, stage 3, new ultimate, just look all the way up. Number 8. So we need 8, 9, and 10. We're going to save that. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. Tip number 8. Don't use the lance. No, I'm just teasing. You guys tell me, what would be better in stage 1, lance or heavy bowgun with a sticky ammo build? It won't even come slightly close. It would be like night and day. It won't even come slightly close. Anyone ask him about the bow? See you later, Chad. BS, is it bias is bias. Nice fact about Lance, they were one of the must-have weapons to defeat Behemoth when it first came out because it only way fully blocking against Berserk. No, that's not true at all. Lance does a terrible job against Extreme Behemoth. It is one of the slower weapons to be using against him. It's terrible for grabbing aggro. Actually, the best weapon for grabbing aggro versus the Extreme Behemoth is the Heavy Bowgun. Heavy Bowgun using spread can do it in like maybe 3 shots. The Lance has so much trouble grabbing aggro that you basically already have to be a Lance expert. See, this is a funny thing with the Heavy Bowgun. You don't even hardly have to know what you're doing. You can still grab aggro. With the Lance, you have to play so well to hit him in the head the whole time. And because his body has he's got like this big heart spot on his chest, you basically are forced to bring Mind's Eye on the Lance, whereas many other weapons have built-in Mind's Eye, so they don't need that. Oh, I don't even have... Why didn't I grab the stone? Yeah, I've fought Extreme Behemoth more than most people. I would say Lance is one of your worst options for him. He's also kind of like Kulve here. He's a very damage... he's got a lot of states where high damage is very important. You can keep high damage on him. You can keep him moving between stages. If you can't, he's going to wipe you on the DPS check. And if you can't grab aggro, it's going to ruin the run. Oh, okay, we can't do that twice. Why are you using Lance again? This was a weapon request. I hate the first phase so much. Right now, Behemoth used to have random fixing of his Berserk target. Oh, Bias says Behemoth used to have random fixing of his Berserk target. I have no clue what you're talking about. That was not my experience with him ever. Yeah, I never found that was true myself. Go. Nice job on the sleep in stage 1. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but it's a good thing to experiment with. Yeah, crowd control stage 1 might be the new thing for fighting Mr. Kulve. Look at this damage. I'm hitting like 69. God, dude. With the Greatsword, we would have already landed 1800 damage with our TCS. But we're dealing like 200s per poke. So a triple poke would be like, what, 600 damage? Hey TGC, love the videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, broman. Well, we've broken her horn plating, so I guess we're good. We could just attack her anywhere now, I suppose. We can't reach the horns. Should I main dual blades? Dual blades are one of the highest damaging weapons in the game right now, I think, based on speedrunner information. Does Master Rank still keep some rules from old Kulve Taroth? No, actually it changes most of the rules. Yeah, all the rules have been changed up dramatically. Say what you will, but Lance is firmly near the bottom of the pile in terms of clear times as it stands. That's right, and it could be... Okay, so the only asterisk to that is it could be based on the fact that maybe there's many really highly skilled speedrunners for the other weapons that don't exist for the Lance. But I just don't see it. When you're actually testing the damage output of the Lance, it clearly is much faster. Not faster, slower. And when you look at runs with the Lance where it looks near perfect, you just see that person still finishing the run much slower. Just spam charge, pro tip. Alright, here we go. Grab some more of these real fast. Should be able to use this one more time. Oh, that sucks. I tried to roll it, but I hit the B button by accident. Oh no! Oh, that's so stupid, dude. I rolled forward, but there was a ledge there. It made me climb the ledge instead of rolling out of the way of the move. Ah, we miss out on the falling boulder damage. That's too bad. That's a knockdown that we miss. Hey, mister, stop mouth threshing the lance. Lance is to die for. So you can double splat twice in each phase, or is this not necessarily true? If you're careful, if you understand clutch claw mechanics, yeah, 2 for stage 1 and 2. It appears on stage 1 you're only going to get 1 clutch claw. However, if you put her to sleep in stage 3, did I say stage 2? If you put her to sleep, you can also get another clutch claw wall splat from that. DB's got even stronger with Cure. Dual Blaze is fun, very different playstyle versus Lance. You can double splat with Kulve, is not enraged. Why do you keep running into the fight without picking up goodies or doing the carve? Laziness, probably. You're right, I should probably carve. Why do you keep... Oh, I already read that one. Why not just use the ancient potion after carding? You know, I never use my ancient potions. I suppose it's because they take so long. Or, they're not so long. They're so expensive. That's what I meant to say. I've done a lot of good guarding, man. I just don't feel like I can do damage. She's so mobile, and I'm just not mobile. But you have an advancing guard. You have guard dash. Can I see your armor set, please? Yes, it is the armor set I'm wearing. I'm not wearing any layered armor. Alright, let's try and get a wall splat on her. You can see she can't get me because she's behind the rock. How did I grab the arm and not the head? Oh, there we go. No wall splat. Oh, what a waste. I'm dead. I pushed the counter guard button. It just must have because we did a finishing thrust. We must not have had enough cooldown time on our attack animations. You've got the recovery frames for the finishing thrust. You can't necessarily move straight into the counter guard that fast. After certain moves. A lot of moves you can, but the finishing thrust in particular takes a while before it's actually over the animation frames. Have you got any gun lance drops from Kulve? Probably I do, yeah. Ancient potions are expensive. Me drowning in ancient potions from 10 times Steamworks. You know, I didn't even think about that, VG. I do not feel defensive with this at all. I think it gives you the illusion of defense because you have a shield on your body. When I feel defensive is like when I have the hammer and I'm like running in between her legs easily and just avoiding the move 100%. That actually feels very defensive. This feels super undefensive. I don't even know if I would have had enough stamina for that one. Because it took so long, I wasn't expecting... I'm still getting used to that move. But hey, we can guard this rather than outspacing this move. That's pretty cool, right? Let's go ahead and soften this arm. Lance just needs a general damage buff. Lance needs a lot, in my opinion. If a Lance is going to have less defense than, like, let's say Longsword, Hammer, and many other weapons, then it should at least have more offense. So I would like to see the Lance do more damage than the Greatsword. And then I would feel like using it again. Even the Hunting Horn has kind of an excuse. Hunting Horn is like, well, I give out attack of large to the whole team. The Lance just has no excuse. Oh, it's defense. No, it's not. It's just not, man. Two, three. Oh. Wow. How does she always seem to choose the right side that I'm on? She never misses. I always think she's going to land on maybe the other side. Maybe there's like a tell for which side she's actually moving to. Oh, that move hits twice. Did you hear that? So if you're wearing Rocksteady Mantle when the ceiling hits you, it's probably going to kill you. God, my teammates interrupt so much. Have I ever played Sekiro? Yes, I have played Sekiro. What's your opinion on a full-up Kulve Ice Charge Blade? I don't really have an opinion of that. It sounds like another weapon. And one day it will not be the... Well, who knows? Maybe it will stay the strongest weapon, maybe not. Yeah, I have no opinion. Hunting Horn does way more damage than you'd expect given it's a support weapon. Yeah, you know what? The finishing thrust has a lot of recovery frames, man. Yeah, that move definitely has a lot. Wait, did we lose somebody? One of the times Lance shines the best is in solo where the monster is focused on you. I don't agree with that. You could say that for literally any weapon. You could say that for literally any weapon. A monster is always easy to control in solo mode. So like if you're talking about, oh, but the defense is more useful on the Lance in solo mode, well, it's also easier to predict when to roll through the monster's moves and how the move is targeted, the hitbox, where it's going to be, right? All of those are easier to handle with all weapons. I think maybe like the premise of your argument is that, well, counter guard's good. I think that's the premise of your argument. I think one of the things you can say in solo mode at least is that you don't get interrupted as much, right? So in multiplayer you're going to be interrupted. But that's not the same as solo being good as much as it is multiplayer being bad for the Lance. See what I'm saying? So it's about differing perspectives. Why does Heavy Bowgun get so much hate? What are you talking about? Heavy Bowgun is loved by a lot of people. Heavy Bowgun doesn't get hate at all, in my opinion. Actually, if Heavy Bowgun gets hated on, it's because it's too good. That's what happens. And then people complain that it's too good. What are the tips, mister? Right, let's get these tips on screen. We're still working on them, actually. His own values favor raw. Aim for the horns first, the head and the arms and the chest. You should be able to double wall splat the whole match. She leaves at 70% health. Mantle part breaks are irrelevant. Go for horn plating break. Stage 2, double wall splat and boulder drop and lava spout. Stage 3, after horn break, you can target safer areas of her body. New ultimate, just look at way up, avoid the falling boulders. I'm going to say up at the top, Kulve Taroth. Oh, hold on. Let me collect these and get back to the loading screen. So a really important mechanic for this fight is the fact that she leaves. Kulve Taroth leaves if you do not do enough damage. Dying is very risky because your damage drops. Alright, so that's going to be 2. So that's a general tip for Kulve Taroth is try not to die. Now you can get away with it in multiplayer because your teammates can compensate for your missing damage, but if you do it in single player, it actually is really hard to make up for that. Alright, we're up to 9 tips now. Let's go ahead and post another round. Please guys, let other people have a chance to play in the live stream, okay? Do let out 1. There we go. His own values favor raw. Alright, so some more bonus information there. Let's go have a meal. Oh, hold on. Let's go ahead and pay with the gourmet voucher. Meow. Feline insurance, feline safeguard, doo-doo-doo. Okay, just updating even more. Alright, let's get back to it. Get it to it! Here we go. Alright, nice easy run, right everyone? Trying to think what else will help here. Consumables will increase your damage output. Like Demon Powder. Wide range can give your team more damage. Hold on, let me turn on the chat section real fast. There we go. Okay, I can see your comments again. Alright, I'm back. Uh-oh, did he just miss the wall splat? I think he did. What happened? I got knocked off. I don't know what happened there. It happened again. My character just got thrown down. Well, that time I got knocked off by her. Oh my god. Terrible timing there. We did not get the double wall splat. To me, it's becoming clear that people will need a lot of practice with the double wall splat. It's so important, guys. Double wall splat before anything else. Like, nothing else matters. The wall splat is so fast. It's so fast compared to every other form of damage you could be doing. And you only get one chance to use it right at the beginning. I don't even think this will work. It won't. See, the problem is I wasn't allowed to clutch claw her face twice because the guy who tried to do the wall splat the first time, he already used one claw attack on her, so if I tried to use 2 in a row, it wasn't going to work. I was only going to have an option to use it once. Give me a sec. Oh, I don't have barrel bombs. Hopefully she is this wall, though. Nice. What happened? Look at that. She's just down, huh? What the? I'm so tired of being interrupted. Dude, the game interrupts so friggin' fast with the lance. Other weapons don't deal with this. Like the Greatsword, when you're using TCS, they go, you know what? He's using TCS. Let's just let him, we're just going to let him not have to deal with his teammates, you know what I mean? He's gonna have built-in flinch free during his attacks. You get a weapon that doesn't have that. It's so annoying. It doesn't have it on any of its attacks. There's just nowhere to reach. Sticky ammo all the way, man. Let's go ahead and take this off real fast. Ariel says you forgot flinch free. Well, I didn't. It's just that most weapons don't require you to bring flinch free, but the lance does. It's really sad. Snap, that hurts. Yeah, most weapons don't require flinch free. Lance is one of the few weapons that if you don't bring it, you have virtually no moves with flinch free. Alright, so she's going to go after the next area, and you guys need to remember to grab these horn platings. I don't know if they removed that, but Lance used to be able to poke other players through flinch free. Wounded the chest first, when going to stage 1, then use double wallbang. The chest will broke, make her glowing red fast. Yeah, you don't need to break her chest, in my opinion, but... I don't know, when she glows red, does the damage on her horns change? Let's get down here. She doesn't turn red right away from the... Oh. God, it happened again. Remember that happened that other time. She got me with the... Nice. But she's pointing the wrong way, so let's just soften the horns. Wow, I still got hit by that move. The hitbox for that move is giant. Can I make her flinch? Hell yeah. Look at that flinch. That was awesome. Bomb pop flinch. That was lucky. Wow. Perfect time to knock her into the lava spout. She's enraged. You gotta get shot. Are you kidding? How perfect is that? Did you see that? She got hit by the lava spout and it caused her to like flinch. Wow, that was too perfect. Why can't it work out that way every time? She gotta get her horns broken right here, man. God, I keep getting interrupted. Oh my god, dude. What is even the point? I'm gonna give up in a minute. With the lance is so bad, dude. Beowulf's not dealing with it. His weapon gets to have flinch free. I promise you he didn't build it. So dumb, dude. Let's go ahead and move over here. I can't attack the monster because I'm just getting infinitely juggled by my own teammates' attacks. God, man. It's always been my opinion that one of the least fun things in the game is the friendly fire. Okay. What augments do you prioritize for the longsword, mister? Health regen and whatever the equivalent of attack augment is. I don't really do augments anymore in Iceborne because I don't like to do guiding lance. The fire breath does have a chance to one-hit KO a ranged player with health boost 3. Yeah, I've noticed that. That's really tough, man. It's dangerous. There are some weapons that have built-in flinch. Actually, most of them don't have to worry about flinch free. This is one of the weapons that gets affected by flinch free. It might be the weapon that gets most affected by it. Because not only does it stop you from attacking, it also... Gotcha. It also stops the effectiveness of your counter guard. Your counterattack, right? So your teammates can actually trigger the counterattack early, which is like a death blow to you if you're timing it against a monster's attack, right? It's extremely dangerous. Many other weapons don't have any problem like that. So it is specifically a lance problem. Gun lance has flinch free, hunting horn has it, greatsword has it. Hammer, when you have one level of charge with the hammer, not one level, when you've charged the hammer technically has flinch free. Longsword has flinch free out the wazoo if you're using the correct move, right? If you're using the... I always forget the name of the move. It's the one that charges up your spirit gauge. The one that brings it to the next level. Spirit Master? Blade Master? I can't remember. So it gets built-in flinch free. Switch Axe gets it too, right? I can't remember. Switch Axe... I can't remember being interrupted with the Switch Axe very often. Charge Blade definitely has it. So is it? It's just this weapon, right? This one, maybe Dual Blades. Does Dual Blades have it? Who doesn't have it? I think the Insect Glaive doesn't have it. Oh, how'd he hit me? Oh, I ran out of stamina. That stamina management, guys. I'm telling you, it matters. So stamina management, we didn't have enough stamina to actually guard that move. Goofy, man. It's just a bad weapon. I've played all the weapons so much now. I've played them all so much, and it's crazy how... I blew them up. It's crazy how bad this one is compared to the other weapons. Even the hunting horn's in a much better position. We were doing hunting horn yesterday. I wouldn't recommend this weapon at all. I can't even attack him. I'm just gonna get interrupted by these two guys. Arson and Beowulf are just gonna keep me interrupted the whole time. Why didn't you build French free, man? Just build French free. Everyone nowadays flocking over to PC for gaming? I wouldn't say so. That's not what I heard. Actually, what I've heard is that the new consoles I've heard are going to have better stats than most gaming PCs. That's what I've heard. So right now, I would not be investing in a PC. I would be saving up for PlayStation 5 and whatever the new Xbox is called. Do you recommend flinch free and hammer? Yeah, so there is one case where flinch free and hammer is actually really powerful. I can kind of explain it to you. Basically, when a monster gets knocked down is when the hammer really gets a lot of its damage done, is because you use a move called Big Bang. And Big Bang's really only viable on a knocked down monster. So the hammer causes KO, and then when a monster is knocked down, you get your Big Bang going, right? Well, there's this situation where if you're kind of far away from the monster, you push triangle and then you go into Big Bang and you don't charge it at all. You don't put a level of charge on your attack, and the reason you do this is because you know you really don't have enough time to give your hammer a level of charge before you begin Big Bang. So it will be an uncharged Big Bang. Does that make sense? You'll be using an uncharged Big Bang. And the problem with an uncharged Big Bang is your teammates can easily interrupt an uncharged hammer attack, except for, I don't know if the brutal Big Bang can be interrupted, but regular Big Bang can be interrupted with literally anything. You just shoot him with like one arrow and he's interrupted. So if you have a level of flinch free, you can actually get away from that. You can avoid that problem. And because Big Bang's so important to your damage output, some people do that. Yeah, sometimes I do it, is what I mean to say. Sometimes I'll add flinch free when I'm playing multiplayer just to ensure I can always finish Big Bang. Of course, teammates who cause a trip will still interrupt both your charged big... See this? That's a trip. We just caused a trip with our lance. Not a lot of weapons cause a trip, by the way. But we just caused a trip with our lance, and if you have somebody who's big banging, whether or not they have one level of flinch free, whether or not they have a charged hammer, you will trip them and end the whole Big Bang. A number of moves will flinch. For example, the Sade on the charge blade will cause a trip, so you shouldn't Sade if you're going to hit your teammates with it, because it will lower their damage output on the monster. Additionally, it's the same way with the lance. If you're attacking the same target as your teammates and you go into a dash attack, you have to be very careful that the dash attack doesn't actually touch your teammates and trip them. But this, very often, most people don't care about that, so they just knock their teammates over inconsiderately, but also to their own detriment, because everyone deals less damage when your teammates are tripped and when they're crowd controlled. This is why people get annoyed when like longsword players go up to the head of the monster, but funny enough, when Capcom decides what his own value should be for weapons, they give sever weapons great damage on the head of the monster, so it's just going to happen. It's almost like they want it to happen. Alright, let's get those tips back open. So the tip list is real big now. It's pretty big. Let's kind of shrink that a little bit. And let's pop this open. Feline Insurance, Feline Safeguard. Kulve Taroth leaves if you don't do enough damage to push you to the next stage. Carding is very risky because your damage drops to 0 for too long. Bring Demon Powder for your team. His own values favor raw and aim for the horns first, then head and arms and chest. Thunder and ice damage don't really matter as much anymore. Blast builds up very quickly with low thresholds. Shot damage on chest. You should be able to wall splat the... You should be double wall splatting the whole match. Last stage only gives you 1. Stage 1, she leaves at 70% health. Mental part breaks are irrelevant. Go for horn plating break instead. Stage 1, crowd controls end up being really important in stage 1, since in stage 3 all you need is to kill her with damage. Getting the horn plating break. So let's try to reword this. Stage 1. Recommended crowd control. Recommended to use all your crowd controls here in order to get the gold plating break. Everyone focuses the head and then it breaks. And you everyone should target her horns exclusively. Stage 2, double wall splat, boulder drop, lava spout. Stage 3, after horn break, you can target safer areas of her body. The tail and hind legs are the safest. New ultimate, just look all the way up, avoids falling boulders. Stage 3, new attack. Delayed belly slam. Delayed belly slam can punish your recover frames when knocked over. Hold on, I could tell this is too large again. Oops. We're almost done with this list. I'm trying to think of other tips here. We might as well have a build tip. Builds tips. Master's touch, not as important since you move between 3 stages. High defense. No, not high defense. Master's touch, not as important since you move between 3 stages. Wide range is super useful for attack buffing and healing team. And then I would say Divine Blessing. Still a very strong option. And Fire Resist over 20 can be nice. I'm trying to think. Was there something else? Was there something else? Fire Resist. Wow, this whole list has been filled out so much. Okay, and I think that's going to be the whole list. Top 10 tips for Master Rank Kulve Taroth. Let's go ahead and read through them. This is like the end of the video, so this is the best part of the video for people who came here for the tips. So tip number 1, feline insurance and feline safeguard are so important for this fight because even with the team, one of the problems you'll run into is that you'll die too much. Tip number 2, Kulve Taroth leaves if you don't do enough damage in each stage, and so what you need to do is high damage and push her into the next stage. So you need to have good damage on your builds. It is possible for you to be undergeared. If you're undergeared, it's really not fair of you to go into like a random match and come into the fight undergeared and have your teammates carry you, especially if you're not dealing enough damage and if you're using up the lives. So if you're undergeared for this fight, you're kind of being a jerk. This is an end game activity. His own value. Oh, wait a second. What did I say? Oh, right. Bring demon powder for your team. So you could be eating demon powder and this gives the whole team a nice little buff. Tip number 3, his own values favor raw damage. Okay, by a lot, by the way. So raw damage is really good right now versus Kulve Taroth, and you'll mostly want to be attacking her in the horns. All through stages 1 and 2, you'll want to be attacking the horns. It says here, aim for the horns first, then the head and the arms and the chest. Thunder and ice damage don't really matter as much anymore. Blast builds up very quickly with the low blast thresholds. So in other words, you could use your Raging Brachydios weapons on her. Shot damage on the chest. So you don't want to shoot any other part of her body other than the chest if you're going to be doing spread ammo or pierce ammo. And actually the chest is a fair hit zone for shot. So you can run pierce, you can run spread. You probably want to do spread on her chest if you're going to do a shot type. Okay, what else? Number 4, you should be double wall splatting the whole match. What is a wall splat? That's when you clutch claw onto the monster's head and then you throw them into the wall using flint shot. You can do this twice in both stages 1 and 2. You can only get away with doing it once in stage 3 for some reason, because she enrages right afterwards after one wall splat. The other thing we notice is that after you put Kulve Taroth to sleep, everyone can set up on her for a nice wake-up attack with a bunch of mega barrel bombs, but then as she's standing up, and she's very slow to stand up, you also have an opportunity to wall splatter again. So one sleep on Kulve Taroth can be highly damaging. The buildup, by the way, for sleeping paralysis is extremely high on Kulve Taroth. So you get 1 sleep, you get 1 paralysis, but you can KO her pretty consistently, and you can blast on her pretty consistently as well. Maybe getting a poison on her is good. It'll help a little bit, right? So this new fight is very damage dependent. It's not about part breaking. Old Kulve was all about part breaking. New Kulve is all about dealing damage. So let's see. Tip number 5, stage 1, she leaves at 70% health. Okay, so her mantle doesn't matter, guys. All that matters is that she leaves at 70% health. However, mantle part breaks being irrelevant, there is still the horn plating. There's the gold horn plating. And if you break that, you get a free knockdown on her and you get free carves. So if everyone just uses like sticky ammo on her head and wall splats her appropriately and keeps her head softened and just do all your high damage moves on her head, and not really drive her health down on other parts of her body, you should be able to get the gold horn plating to break, get the carves, and just move the whole fight along much faster. Tip number 6, recommended to use all of your crowd controls here in order to get the... Okay, so in stage 1, if you're not using sticky ammo, which sticky ammo will cause a KO anyways, if you're not using sticky ammo, you should probably be using other forms of crowd control anyways. Like the insect glaive is very good for mounting, so you can get a mount with the insect glaive and cause a knockdown on her that way as well. And honestly, mounting her in the last stage, again, is not really quite as important as it used to be, because you can attack her hind legs and her tail the whole time in stage 3. So you don't have to attack her horns anymore, which means you can attack her however you want. Right? In the old stage 3, the reason that you saved the mount for the last stage was because it was so hard to reach her horns because she moved so much. Now it doesn't matter because you can just smack her in the tail literally the whole fight, and that's it. So stage 1 crowd control is recommended. Tip number... Wait, do we have 2 6s? All right, so there's 11 tips on this page then. So this is also going to be an extra tip. Stage 2, double wall splat, boulder drop, and lava spout. If you are not contributing to the double wall splat, the boulder drop, and the lava spout, then you need to just not even be in that area. That's how important it is. Double wall splat's a lot of damage. Boulder drop's a ton of damage. Not only does it drop for like 5k, I can't remember, is it 5k? Not only that, but you can end up dropping her right on top of the lava spout, which is its own damage, and then when she's knocked down, everyone gets to gang up on her horns. You miss out on so much damage if you do not double wall splat and then drop the boulder. This stage 2 is basically a test of how good you are at using the environment. If you do not use it appropriately, you're just wasting everyone's time, including your own. Tip number 7, stage 3, after the horn breaks. So you want her horns to break off so that you can get those carves. After the horn break in stage 3, you can target the safer areas of her body, including the tail and the hind legs. That's exactly what I was talking about. Tip number 8, stage 3, she has a new ultimate attack. She has 2 new attacks, and they both show up in stage 3, right? New ultimate. She looks all the way up, she spits fire, and then you need to look up as well and avoid the falling boulders. They actually do a lot of damage if they touch you. I believe they hit twice, so if they hit you and you have rocksteady, you're definitely dead. Also, she has a new attack that's not so deadly. It's this delayed belly slam. She kind of like floats in the air. This is actually pretty dangerous because it's hard to anticipate how much time you have. If you're using like a greatsword tackle, or you're delaying the foresight slash on the longsword, or you're doing something of that nature, you can really get the timing wrong, and then the move does a fair bit of damage. Actually, it has big splash damage too. Like it reaches. I mean, it's a big hit zone, so it reaches all around her body. Like gold splashes up off the ground, and it's actually a move she uses that's very good at punishing you if you're trying to delay the iframes on the ground, which means you need to stand up right away if she's targeted you for the delayed belly slam and you've been knocked down. Technically this is tip number 11. Build tips. Master's Touch, in my opinion, and for this fight, will not be as important because you move between the 3 stages, and when you move, you just sharpen your weapon at that point. Okay, so kind of like Safajiva. Safajiva, Master's Touch isn't so important because he uses his ult, and then you sharpen during the ult. Kulve Taroth is just like that. She moves between 3 stages. If you're a speedrunner and you never want to sharpen at all, you might use Master's Touch. If you're playing casually, like I do, you might instead prioritize Wide Range and Divine Blessing. Those 2 skills. Divine Blessing makes you much more survivable as an individual, and Wide Range makes your whole team survivable. Not to mention, when you run Wide Range, you can eat Mega Demon Drug, regular Demon Drug, you can eat Might Seed, and you can still give everyone Demon Powder. So Wide Range is great for kind of tipping off everyone's damage output using consumables, and Divine Blessing Divine Blessing Secret has always been very strong. So Divine Blessing Secret is a really, really powerful option with the Golden Loon Armor. Okay, hope that helps. Good luck, everyone. That's going to be the end of the video. The top 10 tips for Master Rank Kulve Taroth. I know we covered the tips right at the end, but we played as well, and we trashed on the lance, and you guys got to see me put a lance build together for like 20 minutes. It was fun. We'll play another round on the PlayStation for sure. I couldn't tell you when, maybe very late night, but what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be heading over to my Pokemon card channel. It's on my other YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels. If you want to join me over there, I'll leave a link in the chat room in about 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I've got the other live stream started. Let me go find a link to it. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. You know, there probably could be multiple videos made on fighting Kulve Taroth, counter build videos, videos about how to optimize her loot. People, of course, are going to want to know what the strongest weapons are. So there's just so much content that can be made right now. It's a really great time to be a content creator. Okay. I've got the link to the card stream. We're going to be opening up some Pokemon cards on my other channel. You're welcome to join us. We opened up some Pokemon cards from like 20 years ago. It's pretty wild. Yeah, people, I've heard that it's really fun actually, and right now it's a big hobby of mine. Something to do other than just playing games, and you can actually leave it running in the background. So there's that. I'll go ahead and ping my servers. Here it is. And I'll let the main server know as well. We hit 30,000 people in the main server. Isn't that impressive? Really terrific community. You guys make it special. Okay. I'm going to wrap up now. I'm going to go head over there and open up some Pokemon cards. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you find the tips useful. And let me know what you'd like to see for the next video. Alright, see you guys later.